For the modern man at Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Quality Tough Shed Sundance Series buildings are now available at the Home Depot. Tough Shed does it all, from helping
available exclusively at the Home Depot.
Welcome to this monumental occasion in Chicago Blackhawk history. We're here to announce that we're going to be televising some home games and starting on Sunday against the Detroit Red Wings.
We have truly a very, very special young team, and the only way for the fans to see this is both on television and, of course, coming out to the United Center.
With the youth movement thriving and a host of talent donning the Indian head sweater, a new era has begun for this Original Six team. Tonight on Comcast Sportsnet, it's the first home game this season in sparkling high definition. Denny Savard's Hawks are in the midst of 8 games versus divisional opponents, and the Red Wings are in town. Enough said. It's home TV on the west side of Chicago.
And it begins in 3, 2, 1. Roll the open.
Shoots, scores! It's Chicago Blackhawk hockey in high definition tonight from home sweet home as the Blackhawks will tangle with Detroit for an NHL record 692nd time as they try and stop Detroit's 9-game winning streak. Eddie Olczyk, I'm Dan Kelly. Welcome to the United Center in Chicago. Eddie, of course, you grew up in Chicago, lifelong Blackhawk fan, later played for the Hawks, now have retired here in Chicago. The decision to televise home games, what's it do for this franchise?
Well, I think it certainly puts it on the map with the other teams here in Chicago. The excitement level, the buzz that's going on. It's a 3-hour commercial to promote the Blackhawks and its players and the great fans here in Chicago. It's exciting, it's a long time coming, and it's finally here.
It's exciting to watch the way this team is playing against Central Division opponents. 2 straight wins for the Blackhawks, and now they're making some progress in this Central.
Well, moving up the ladder, the measuring stick, the Detroit Red Wings, winners of 9 in a row. They've got 3 losses this year, 2 of them against the Blackhawks.
And the Hawks have won 4 of their last 5 games, receiving contributions from everyone. But the story, the big story, is still the 2 kids, Pat Kane and Johnny Toews.
Well, the excitement level and the buzz is because of these 2 youngsters. Pat Kane, the #1 pick in this year's draft, 6 goals, 19 points, #1 in rookie scoring. A tremendous passer. He has patience, his vision. He plays on a line with Johnny Toews and Tuomo Ruutu. And you talk about leadership, Johnny Toews, a strong 2-way player. When you talk about leadership, I don't think there's any doubt that you're looking at the next captain of the Chicago Blackhawks and Johnny Toews somewhere down the road.
Well, the offensive leader for the Detroit Red Wings, there's no question. Henrik Zetterberg in the midst of a club record 16 game point streak.
Well, talking to Mike Babcock, the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings, I asked him about Zetterberg. He says will is what separates Henrik Zetterberg from the rest of the players in the National Hockey League. He's able to make small plays in those small little areas that end up in the back of the net.
There's a buzz surrounding this game. What's the mood in the Hawk locker room right now?
Let's drop the puck.
It should be fun tonight from United Center. Hopefully the Hawks are ready. Brent Sopel is. He's wired for sound.
Hands up,
This is going to be the event that defines the whole season. Oh, yeah. You got it. Chevy Truck Month.
Most Truck Month offers have been extended into November, including 0% APR financing for 60 months for well-qualified buyers on any 2007 Chevy Tahoe model. And now, every 07 Tahoe comes standard with 1 year of OnStar Safe and Sound, offering 9 services with the push of a button. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today.
Join the post-game party on Comcast Sportsnet as I break down every Bears game with former Bears Dan Jiggets, Jerry Azuma, and Jim Miller. We'll bring you the Bears press conferences after every game, and William Jackson is live outside the Bears locker room with player reaction. Plus, Jerry Azuma gives out his coveted Jerry's GQ Award to the best dressed Bear. Trust me, you don't want to miss US Cellular Bears postgame live after every game, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Please rise and remove all hats as we join Frank Bellico on the organ and soloist Patrick Blackwell for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well, they are ready to go here inside United Center. Still one of the best anthems in the entire National Hockey League, and it helps to have the house nearly full. The Blackhawks meet up with the Red Wings for the third time this season. Let's meet tonight's starting goaltenders. Nikolai Habibulin. The numbers are not spectacular, but they have been against Detroit. 2 of those 5 wins coming against the Detroit Red Wings. At the other end of the ice, you talk about hot, and he might be the backup. Chris Osgood off to an 8-0 start. He has not allowed over 2 goals in a game during that stretch. Well, Brent Seabrook is excited, and he talked about the Blackhawks' decision to televise home games.
Well, it's exciting, you know. I mean, we had, I think we had a couple last year, but you know, it definitely is exciting to get out there and you know, to have the fans watch us at home, and for them to have an opportunity, if they can't make it down to the United Center, to watch at home and stay in touch with us and you know, continue to follow us. So it's you know, it means a lot. So it's great.
Well, it certainly means a lot. Brent Seabrook talking about last year, 5 games from the United Center. The first one of 7, and maybe even more this season.
Our officials, Kelly Sutherland and Brad Watson. On the lines, Andy McKelman and Scott Driscoll. The first period of Chicago Blackhawk hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is presented by IPA. Call 800-531-2542 and tell them how you're looking for a new career.
Head-to-head to start here. The Taves line against the Zetterberg line.
And we are off from United Center. Nikolai Habibulin sets it up. Trouble behind the goal as Detroit centering. It's batted down by Zetterberg, but not directed towards the goal. And Johnny Taves through center off the stick of Kane Rafalski. Quick transition. Here's Datsuk. Penalty coming. Quick shot. And Habibulin stopping Zetterberg. But it's going to be a Detroit power play 22 seconds into the opening period.
Yeah, it's Dustin Byfuglien. But one thing the Blackhawk coaches talked about, turnovers at the far blue line. You got to get that puck in deep, especially against the top line of the Red Wings. And then Dustin Byfuglien takes down Pavel Datsuk. Well, he did a pretty good job there. He kind of got that free arm that was away from Datsuk. But again, the key is you got to keep moving your feet. Again, the turnover there. Detroit comes back the other way, creates an opportunity, and the Hawks are shorthanded.
5th best power play in the NHL, converting just over 23% of the time. Holmstrom and Zetterberg leading the way with 5 power play goals each this season. And Sharp gets it out.
7 power play goals the last 4 games for the Red Wings.
Nick Lidstrom. Always a big reason why this team is successful, and especially on a power play, is a long shot wired by Datsuk off the end boards. Javi Bolin making the final save there on Zetterberg.
You're talking about the defense. So important, making that quick first pass out of the zone and then explosion through the neutral zone. The quick shot by Datsuk takes a funny bounce, and then a good save by Javi Bolin off of Datsuk. And then Zetterberg follows in for an opportunity right in front. Keith and Sopel follow Datsuk. There's the first chance. I'll watch the second one right here. And a good stop by Javi Bolin.
90 seconds to go in this power play. Detroit controls. Lidstrom from the line gives to Datsuk. Datsuk the slap shot. Javi Bolin save, and he stops Zetterberg point blank. Steered back by Datsuk again. It's Lidstrom. Holmstrom, of course, standing in front. As Zetterberg, Holmstrom back to Datsuk, broken up by Sopel. He'll carry to center, giving to Burish. Sopel to the net. Good coverage there, so Burish will waste some time.
One thing the Blackhawks have been doing a real good job in is activating their defense, whether 5-on-5 or short-handed like they are right now. Brent Sopel made a good defensive play in his own zone, read the play, got it to Burish, and then took what was given and tried to create an odd man situation.
5 shorthanded goals this season for the Blackhawks. That's tied with the Ottawa Senators for the best in the NHL. As Kronwall taken down by Taves on the forecheck. 28 seconds to go in Detroit's power play. Yuri Hudler just missing a cutting Brett Lebda. And Seabrook off the stick of Kronwall and out.
A couple Chicago natives for Detroit Red Wings. Of course, Chris Chelios and Brett Lebda, the Buffalo Grove native.
Here's Samuelson. Over for the Illinois native, Brett Lebda, as Eddie O mentioned, is the former Hawk, Daniel Cleary. Out on the point, bouncing off the stick of Lebda, just as Bufflin is released from the box. Power play is over for the Red Wings. They're 0 for 1. Samuelson. Kronwall from the line, and Javi Bolin saw it all the way. Sharp will reverse it. As Seabrook off the stick of Rennie Bork, deflected in from his own side of center, so this will be an icing as Kronwall there to touch it first for Detroit.
Well, Junior Hawks, presented by Harris, provides a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Amateur Hockey Association of Illinois youth hockey teams to play a scrimmage game on the United Center ice prior to a Blackhawks game. For more information, go to chicagoblackhawks.com. A couple good saves by Nikolai Javi Bolin while the Hawks were shorthanded.
Maltby pushed off the puck. That allows Jimmy Vandermeer to dig it loose. Bufflin up the line, not out as it's just redirected wide. Now Maltby, his centering attempt not there. Kept in by Lilia on the point. Shot drifts wide. Javi Bolin is cautious and he covers it. No Bud Light. Live wired. Here's a sample with Hawk defenseman Brent Sopel.
Yep. Heads up, Drew. Nice little bunny hop. Back on if you want. It's strong to take on anyone. I know you are wrong.
We'll hear more singing and playing from Brent Sopel as this game goes on.
Get him on the singing bees.
As Duncan Keith and the Hawks possess off the face-off. Keith absorbing that check from center, but he drives it in deep. Yannick Perreault missing Jason Williams just in front, and Detroit on the counterattack. Filppula forced to the wall by Keith. Chelios' shot glances off the side of the net. Detroit still a puck possession team. Dallas Drake, the veteran, in his second stint here with the Wings, gives to Filppula. Guarded there by Keith. As Keith getting physical, Filppula taking the abuse quite well. Now it's Perreault on him. Bounces to the near corner, and it's James Wisniewski, the Michigan native, up to Lang, who had broken his stick, so he has to go to the bench. Williams waiting for support off the bench. Dustin Byfuglien knocks it in deep, but that's about it as the Red Wings quickly shoot it out.
Well, the Hawks did a good job of keeping the Red Wings to the outside.
Datsuk steals it. Byfuglien using that long reach to hold him off. Datsuk centering, deflected by Sopel out to the point. Lidstrom for Zetterberg, finding Thomas Holmstrom. He drops it off for Datsuk, but kicked loose by Taves. Brett Sopel will turn back with it.
Yeah, dangerous play there by Tomo Ruutu. Had a chance to just move the puck outside his zone, but went back with it. Hawks not able to clear. Now Detroit's able to sustain more pressure.
Pat Kane redirects it over for Johnny Taves. They break out 3-on-3. Here's Taves to Ruutu. Fires, and Osgood making the stick save. As Detroit on the move, Zetterberg will drop it off. Nick Lidstrom, another drop pass. This one goes to Rafalski. Off a stick, harmlessly over the crossbar. Pace picking up here in the first is sharp over the line, but Dave Bolin, just a little over anxious, is offside.
Well, Rennie Bourque playing his best hockey of the season. The first 8 games of the regular season that he played, no points, couple penalty minutes, a healthy scratch for a couple games as well, and Rennie Bourque has been playing some real solid two-way hockey. 5 points in his last 4 games, killing penalties, getting involved physically.
Team's #1 star in that win over St. Louis. They could use Bourque and company tonight to generate some more offense. The Red Wings with the advantage in the early going, out shooting the Hawks 6-0.
When Rennie Bourque's effective, he's going north and south. He's not trying to go east and west. He has the ability because he has great speed. He's a strong guy. He simplifies his game when he goes up and down, and he's been real effective the last handful of games.
Denny Savard talking about he's one of the best forwards at protecting the puck along the boards. See how he does tonight. Burrish in, shoots! Oh, and Osgood just gets a piece of it. Adam Burrish finds his own rebound in behind the goal. Let the Red Wings recapture. Samuelson at center, his pass picked off by Samsonov. Burrish battles his way over the line, gets taken down, and a penalty coming to Detroit.
It's going to be on Brett Lebda.
Interference, the call on Lebda as Adam Burrish had the Hawks' best scoring chance, but Osgood just gets enough of it.
Hey, Chicagoland, looking for a career change? International Profit Associates is the nation's leader in management consulting for small and medium-sized companies. IPA had another winning year and is now hiring appointment setters and inside sales representatives. IPA employees are building careers. The 600 employees at the Northwest Suburban office love working at IPA because of unlimited income potential. Create your own promotion. Call IPA at 800-531-2542, weekdays between 7 and 5. Tell them you're looking for a change.
Where's a fan's best friend online? ComcastSportsNet.com. It's the place to read analysis from Comcast Sportsnet experts that you can't find anywhere else. Get up to the second news headlines, see the day's programming lineup, check out talent bios, and watch video clips featuring the latest info on your teams. Plus, sign up for Sports Extra and Sports Blast email alerts that make you the first to know about breaking news. Log on right now to ComcastSportsNet.com. Fans' best friend online.
Every night, there's just one place to be. The best damn sports show, period. Come on in and be our guest for Sports Television's nightly party. The world's greatest late-night sports show is just getting started. The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
You're watching the home of the Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, and White Sox. Comcast Sportsnet.
Let's meet the third member of tonight's broadcast team with the best view in the house, our own Josh Mora. Josh, how are things down there?
They're great down here, Dan. And how about that anthem? Almost like old times. And you better believe it makes a difference to the players. Jonathan Taves told me before the game, at the last sellout, he got chills when he heard the anthem and every time the crowd roared. And he didn't even play in that game. He missed it because of an injury. He's out there right now as the Hawks begin this power play, guys.
Better get a glove and a helmet down there, Josh, just in case.
There's Williams off the blocker of Osgood, and he covers it up for this face-off.
Well, Danny, we were talking about Rennie Bork, how strong he is along the wall. The play's going to work up the wall. Stop it right here. There's Bork. Watch the play on the boards. To Marty Lapointe, and now to Adam Burish. That's just a heck of a play on the boards. Those are the little things that Denny Savard was talking about. The strength on the boards, protecting the puck, making plays. Hawks had a great chance.
9th ranked power play for the Hawks, as this is their first work of the evening. Johnny Taves back to Byfuglien, shooting off the pad of Osgood. Rebound there. As Sharp had a chance at it. Byfuglien from the line over to Williams. Osgood reaching back, but he gets it before it crosses the goal line.
Well, the first couple stops there by Chris Osgood looked real confident. That last one, he had no idea where that puck was. Get the puck back to the point. People in front, Sharp there. Kane looking for some garbage to slip in behind Chris Osgood. But good, quick puck movement. The low coverage by the wings. When the puck is low and you see 4 penalty killers down low, you got to move it from low to high as quick as you can. And that was Johnny Taves that made that play back to Byfuglien. And then the next opportunity was by Jason Williams. No rebound by Chris Osgood.
Former Red Wing Jason Williams gets a breather. Dave Bolin will take this face-off. Route 2 and Lang on either side. Wisniewski and Vandermeer on the points as Bolin tossed out. So the former Red Wing, who has killed his ex-mates this season, will take the draw opposite Zetterberg. Zetterberg pulls it back. Lilia forced by Route 2. Moves it up the boards, but Jim Vandermeer will pinch in and keep this drive alive on the power play with 70 seconds to go. Robert Lang out for Vandermeer. James Wisniewski, Vandermeer to Lang. Creeping in, fires, and that wrist shot took off on him.
It's pretty simple. Anytime the Hawks have a lane to get the puck to the net, they're shooting with people there. And good little fake there by Vandermeer to get Lang the puck.
Lang right back over the line. 45 to go on the power play. Wisniewski pinches in the pass. Just a little too far in front, and now an errant pass picked up by Maltby. Dallas Drake, the long wrist shot, easily handled by Habby Buller. Franzen works it in deeper. A little over 12 minutes to go in the opening period. Detroit out shooting the Blackhawks 7-5. But we are scoreless as Nick Lidstrom stealing. Zetterberg shorthanded. What a recovery from Vandermeer. Not out of the woods yet as Jimmy Vandermeer will reverse it for Keith. It's Detroit. Excellent containment here on the forecheck, shorthanded. The last 40 seconds of this Blackhawk power play, not much generated as the Red Wings have returned to full strength. Both teams are 0 for 1 with the advantage. Vandermeer to Kane. Held off by Lilia, but will bank it in off the boards. Marty Lapointe almost took Cronwall's head off there on the forecheck. Kane picks up the puck. Down to Burish. Burish right in front, and Osgood stayed close enough to that post to make the save.
2 real good chances in this period for Burish.
Seabrook shoots, and again Osgood doesn't allow a rebound.
Burish had that breakaway opportunity off that great pass by Marty Lapointe, and here Burish just takes the puck hard to net, gets body position on Andres Lilia, and Osgood with the save.
Get to the Buffalo Wild Wings November 15th in Romeoville and watch the Blackhawks battle the Predators at 7. Chris Osgood making the save from the point. You can have a chance to win an autographed jersey that night if you get out and watch the Blackhawks. And Sharp holds in, but just for a bit, taken over by Detroit.
Kopetsky dumping it in. Seabrook taking the check. Still able to move it over to Keith, but now the Red Wings forecheck. It's been strong tonight. Hawks trouble making that first pass. They can't get out of their zone here. Seabrook now finding Bork, still not out of the zone. Kopetsky tipped by Hoodler. And what a stop. Nikolai Habibulin, by far his toughest test in this early hockey game.
Well, blue lines become so important, not only offensively, but more importantly, defensively. You got to get the puck out when you get an opportunity. Stop it here. There's the play. Puck doesn't get out of the zone. The veteran Chelios keeps it alive. Now Detroit directing the puck to the net, and Habibulin making an outstanding glove save off the little redirect. So again, those pucks got to get out of the zone, especially against a team like Detroit.
Ron Wall the shot. Habibulin saw it all the way as it's laying to Perreault. Pass was just rolling a little bit, or Perreault might have had a step.
This line was very good early the other night against the St. Louis Blues. Yannick Croquet had 3 goals in the first period. Talked to Denny Savard about this line. Big hit there by Vandermeer on Daniel Cleary. I talked to Savvy about that line, and he thought they were good early, but as the game went on, they went the other way.
Right now, we're scoreless. Blackhawks hockey in high definition on Comcast Sportsnet.
Exceptional cardiac expertise, advanced surgical techniques and diagnostics, including minimally invasive heart procedures, teams of expert doctors who develop an individualized treatment plan just for you. Access to the latest breakthroughs to help even complex heart conditions. Top ranked in Illinois for heart and heart surgery. The University of Chicago Medical Center, at the forefront of medicine. Call or visit online.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet. Every home game on that nice HD.
The best pre and post game coverage. Great Bulls coverage on Sports Night.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet.
Comcast Sportsnet, fan best friend.
College basketball snaps into focus. Chase Buttinger and the Arizona Wildcats have their sights set on making some noise in the desert. But Sean Singletary and the Virginia Cavaliers are ready to prove they belong with the nation's elite. College basketball presented by KFC. Saturday on Comcast Sportsnet.
McDonald's Sports Rise every morning only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
2007 Hall of Fame class. Look at these names. Ronnie Franchise.
Tomorrow in Toronto. Al McInnes, Mark Messier, Scotty Stevens. Players and Jim Gregory in the Builders category.
Brings you to our U.S. Cellular text message poll. Do you think this year's Hall of Fame class is the best ever? 65295. Text A or B. What do you think?
Oh, Wayne Gretzky all by himself. He's in a class by himself. Lemieux and Trottier a few years ago. Pretty darn close, but had a chance to play with Ronnie Francis and room with him when I played in Pittsburgh. And the greatest guys you ever want to know. I played with Mark Messier with the Rangers back in '94 when we won the Stanley Cup. And Scotty Stevens, the toughest hockey player I ever played against. And Al McInnes, what a slap shot, and a terrific defender with that stick.
Datsuk in the Red Wings, a minute 35 to go in this power play. It's a delay of game minor penalty to Jimmy Vandermeer for firing that puck over the glass as Keith will steal it, and it's cleared by Dave Bolden.
Good stick positioning there by Duncan Keith. Datsuk and Zetterberg trying to play a little give and go. With the stick on the ice, taking away the passing lane. Hawks clear it down 200 feet.
Zetterberg finding Lidstrom on the point. Back for Zetterberg. Wisniewski in that tripod position, breaks it up. Patrick Sharp with Bork breaking out of the play, but you're not going to get a pass through Nick Lidstrom very often as he knocks it down. Zetterberg right back over the line. Over for Datsuk. Lidstrom. Working it around, Holmstrom takes it back for Lidstrom. He'll fake. Quick shot, and it's fired high and wide by Zetterberg. Nicholas Kronwall, the Red Wings, holding this puck in the zone in the power play as Kronwall couldn't get the shot off.
Detroit can come at you a lot of different ways. Let Rafalski and Lidstrom play catch, shoot the puck. Got Zetterberg and Datsuk working plays down low, and then you got the, my opinion, the best guy in front of the net in the National Hockey League, Tomas Holmstrom, working in front of Nikolai Hobby-Bolin.
Kronwall rips it off the glass. Hoodler. Out of the point, Brett Lebda. Vandermeer is out of the box. Power play is over for Detroit. Samuelson. Keith on it, but Daniel Cleary right there, centering it. Swept ahead by Vandermeer. Lebda did not hold that puck in.
Intentional offside all the way down.
Well, we were talking about the notable Hall of Fame classes since 1972. Here are some of the great names.
Stan Mikita, Bobby Hull, Kenny Dryden, Denny Savard and Joe Mullen, Mike Bossy, Denny Potvin, two great New York Islanders, Mr. Pulford.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty good.
Three great defensemen. I mean, how can you argue? But congratulations to everybody, and Jim Geggery, longtime general manager with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
As Lang centers, they score! Yannick Perreault!
As I said earlier, Yannick Perreault could have had 3 goals in the first period the other night against the St. Louis Blues. Their former Red Wing, Bobby Lang, works hard after the face-off. Takes the puck, but look at his head. It's up, it's up. He's looking and just throws it to the front of the net. Williams goes hard to the net, caused a little bit of confusion, and Yannick Perreault puts it in behind Chris Osgood. And goal number 3 on the season for Yannick Perreault. And after a strong penalty kill, Danny, the momentum. It came right back. Denny Savard puts that line out there, and Hawks get on the board.
It was a small goal at the time, but big for Yannick Perreault. An empty netter scored against St. Louis. It ended a long goalless drought for Yannick Perreault. You could just see the relief in his face after he buried it from center into the empty net, and that confidence has leaked on through into this game against Detroit as the hitting picking up.
Third of the season, scored by number 94.
Perreault finding Kane. Robert Lang breaks across center, drops it off for Wisniewski. Met there by Maltby. Penalty coming up. And it looks like we'll go against Detroit.
We're going to go back to the face-off. Now, right here along the boards, that's Jason Williams. Watch the pressure that he gets. This opens up the lane for Bobby Lang to come in behind. His job is on a lost draw is to attack. Tie up the defenseman. Now look what happens. Now Lane comes in, opens up the free space. Williams goes hard to the net. The Hawks get a lucky bounce. I don't know if Perreault knocked that out of the air, but he almost kind of waited. That puck was kind of on edge. But again, faceoffs are just not a formality. You have a job whether you win it or lose it. Williams went hard. Lang was there for support, and you want to score goals, Danny, how many times do you hear me say that? Get to the net. And that's what Perreault did.
The Hawks begin their second power play of this game. Scoring summary, Perreault's 30 of the year, Lang the lone assist, 12:28 into this opening period. The Hawks looking for more now. Johnny Taves can't come away with a puck on the forecheck. Franzen. That first dump-in attempt batted down by Byfuglien, but now it's Jason Williams.
Let's give Williams an assist on there. Mental assist.
Yes. Another former Red Wing. Kane fights through traffic. Penalty coming to the Red Wings.
Gotta give it to him.
Detroit has not gained possession yet, and they do, so this will be a 5-on-3 for 69 seconds.
I believe it's going to be on Nick Lidstrom.
It's not the last penalty that young man's going to draw.
Well, the strength of Pat Kane as Cleary and Rafalski go down, and then there you see the stick of Lidstrom. Gets in around the waist of Pat Kane. And a 5-on-3 here for 1 minute and 9 seconds. And the reason I was saying Byfuglien, give him the puck, is that you'd have more time once Detroit gets possession of the puck. More time on the clock for that 5-on-3.
Lang wins the faceoff. Williams fires, and it's fought off by Osgood as the rebound bounces into the corner. Minute to go on the 5-on-3. Lang to Williams. Lang off the side of the net. Taves holding it. Rutu standing in front, battling Chelios. Pat Kane shoots it over the crossbar. Williams holding in, 40 to go. The 5-on-3, Taves to Kane. Johnny Taves walks in. Pat Kane off the skate of Rutu. Hawks get that loose puck.
Kane was trying to force that puck to Bobby Lang. Too many legs and sticks there.
Williams. Off the goal post. Taves hit the post. Williams gets it, 15 to go on the 5-on-3. Lang to Williams. The wrist shot, Lilia blocks. Taves forcing Lang back for it. Williams to Lang. Right in front, they score! And the kid does it again.
Well, the broken stick for Andreas Lilia. Williams keeps the puck on the right side. Chelios down. And what a pass by Bobby Lang. Head up, right across through the crease. Zetterberg a step slow, and there's Pat Kane. Wide open net. You either make that play or you don't. There aren't a lot of players in the National Hockey League that could make that pass. And one of the free agent signings by Dale Talon, bringing Bobby Lang from Detroit to the Hawks. All smiles so far.
They like watching the replay on the scoreboard here inside United Center. Kane's 7th goal of the season. He leads the team in points in all NHL rookies, now at 20 points on the season.
What a pass.
And there was still 1 second left on that penalty of Maltby, so it's still a 5-on-4 advantage.
And Williams and Taves did a heck of a job of recognizing Detroit, allowing them to move down a little bit. If they're out high, you got to move it down quicker. But as Detroit backed up, the Hawk forwards were playing defense with 5 forwards on the ice, moved down and attack. But the recognition, I really believe, with Williams knowing that Lilia had no stick. So the passing lanes are much more free when Lilia didn't have the stick. He got it to Lang, he settled it down, and saw Kane standing off to the left of Osgood.
Datsuk touching that puck first. Rennie Bourque trying to get it there with his speed. Yannick Perreault started scoring. Pat Kane has answered right after with his 7th of the year. Lang and Williams with the assists. So now Robert Lang 2 assists on the night.
He's excited facing his former teammates. This morning, both teams, the Hawks skated, had a full practice. The Red Wings did not. Saw Dominic Hasek, his former teammate, not only with the Red Wings, but the Czech national team as well.
Played with Robert Lang during his younger days. I would imagine not much rattles here.
Very calm. The heart rate probably doesn't get above probably a $1.08 every once in a while, but he's got a lot of skill and clearly loves playing here with the Hawks.
Samsonov behind the goal. Bursch racing after it with Lilia right on his tail. Marty Lapointe was also there, but it's Datsuk emerging with the puck. Bufflin standing up Filppula. The Red Wings are still able to work it in. Adam Bursch back to grab it. Sergei Samsonov up the boards, and it's tipped out by Marty Lapointe, so the Hawks can get a change. 3:20 to go in the first period. Bufflin standing up Filppula. Breaks away with Samsonov and Taves, but Samsonov and Bufflin needed a change, so they fire it in. Yuri Hudler. Tipped in by Kronwall. Keith fending off Kronwall, 2 wings on him. They pry it loose. Johnny Taves, the centerman's job, down low, providing support for the defense as Kopetsky can't bring it in front. Seabrook ahead to Kane. Already 3 wings back. As Pat Kane right in front, he creates something off of that little shot on goal.
Just threw that to an area and it happened to be on Chris Osgood. Forced the goaltender to make a play. Might be a rebound, might get deflected. It was at the end of a shift as well, and I think he would have liked to just dump the puck in, but Detroit backed up, gave him the ice, and he just chipped it at the net.
Boards rattling as Jim Vandermeer picks it up. Yannick Perreault now with a lot of confidence. Drops it off Williams. Puts the wrist shot wide along the ice. Vandermeer. It was tipped by Draper. Jason Williams fights for it. Along with Perreault. Lang tips it into the corner. Swooping in there is Williams. Jason Williams. Lang was in front. Comes back to Vandermeer, the drive, and missing the deflection was Williams. And here come the Red Wings.
You're exactly right, Danny. I think that Vandermeer was trying to get that puck to Williams, who was standing off to the right of Osgood.
Chelios, top of the circle, lets it fly, blocked at the Blackhawk defense. Sharp, bouncing puck, Bork after it. And Bork staved off there by Levda. As Holmstrom missing the outlet pass, the Hawks taking a page out of Detroit's book. They have had the puck possession after a slow start. They lead 2-0. Phil Pula grabs it. Zetterberg fires, tipped by Holmstrom. Hammy Bullen making the save.
Great positioning there. That's what you rely on. When somebody's screening you like that, like Holmstrom, you just rely on your fundamentals. Nice play there.
Scary sight to see Zetterberg winding up, and then you got maybe the best man in front of the goal, Thomas Holmstrom, parked right in front of your vision. Johnny Taves will shoot it in. Osgood wants to keep the play moving with 35 seconds to go in the first period, and he does so successfully as Pavel Datsyuk striding across center, chipping it in. Duncan Keith will lead for Seabrook. Duncan Keith, 20 to go in the period.
Nice play there by Adam Burris defensively. He was replacing Kane on that line where Rutsu and Taves after having that long shift.
Franz at 8 seconds left. One last chance, long shot by Franz, and Hammy Bullen sees the clock. Doesn't want to face off deep in his own end. Lidstrom, long shot. First period is over, and it's a darn good one for the Chicago Blackhawks. Is Marty Lapointe talking with Franzen as this first period comes to a close. Perreault opened up the scoring. Hammy Bullen was solid. Pat Kane also got on the board. The first period presented by IPA.
Every Monday, catch the Bears recap on Comcast Sportsnet. Hear what Lovie Smith has to say about the previous game and get a preview of the upcoming weekend's matchup. Don't miss Bears recap every Monday at 5, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
After the game, stay tuned for Crown Royal Blackhawks post-game live with Jim Blaney and Steve Conroy. You'll see head coach Dennis Savard's press conference and interviews in the stadium. Crown Royal Blackhawks post-game live after the game, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
The GMC Sierra not only gets better fuel economy than Ford or Toyota, Sierra also holds its value better and has a better warranty. In thinking ahead, we left Ford and Toyota behind. The all-new, redesigned GMC Sierra. Just announced, get 0% APR for 60 months on an all-new 07 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab. That's $62.73 in average finance savings. For more information, visit gmcdrive.com.
Welcome back. The Hawks with a 2-0 lead after the first period against the Detroit Red Wings. And our first intermission guest is the #1 pick from this past year's NHL entry draft, Pat Kane. And Pat, it's been a whirlwind for you since the draft and coming into training camp. Just about your thoughts about being a Chicago Blackhawk in only your 17th game.
Yeah, it's awesome playing for this franchise. I mean, you think original 6 team, teams you're watching growing up, and you get a chance to play here. It's It's unbelievable. It's the best jersey in sports, I think, and I'm having fun with it.
Well, we talked a lot in between training camp and the exhibition games until the regular season. Just talk about the transformation of going from training camp to the regular season.
I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, the veterans helped me pretty good along there, and you know, I seemed to struggle in preseason a bit, but you know, as the regular season came, I thought I'd just, you know, play the game that got me here, and you know, so far it's worked out, and hopefully it'll continue.
Everybody's talked about your vision. Head coach Denny Savard talks about your passing abilities, but take us through that 5-on-3 goal where Bobby Lang set you up on that. What was going on there?
Yeah, it was an awesome play. I mean, Willie went down to Langer, and Langer just threw it across. I had a tap in right there, and it was an awesome play. I mean, you know, it was one of those that he liked to have, just a wide open net in the cage, and you know, just tap it in. You know, me and Langer call that a cookie, that pass right there. So I'll thank him later.
All right, go get a few more cookies. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Pat Kane, Chicago Blackhawks, scoring his 7th goal in only his 17th game so far for the Hawks. Hawks lead 2-0. Stick around. You got Jim Blaney and Stevie Conroy. You're watching Blackhawk hockey right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Is this the year the Cup comes to Buffalo?
To Carolina?
To Pittsburgh?
Is this the year someone scores 50 and 38?
And 37?
And 36?
Is this the year someone scores 200 points?
Is this the year kids start taping their sticks like Stahl?
Is this the year someone scores 93?
Is this the year a forward becomes unstoppable?
Is this the year a goalie stops everything?
Is this the year we finally figure out who's dad's favorite?
Is this the year? Is this the year?
Этот год? Is this the year?
Is this the year?
The story of the safest accident. It's not the crumple zones to absorb the impact. And it's not the airbags when the ice turns to black. You see, the safest accident is the one that never happens. The 2008 RX, offering 14 actively safe features. Learn more at activelysafe.com.
Dex, the copier ran out of toner.
Try Olaf's office supply at 6th and Maytime.
Dex, where'd you get that eclair?
Dave's, they deliver.
Dex, my throat is itchy, my ears feel big, and my nose is all oogie.
Dr. Noah Davis. He's an otorhinolaryngologist. Ear, nose, and throat guy.
Who hired him? Mail guy brought him up. Just left him here. Huh.
The AT&T Real Yellow Pages, published by Dex, your most complete local info.
Blackhawks leading the Red Wings 2-0 at the end of one period of play here at the United Center. Jim Blaney along with Steve Conroy. And Steve, I don't care what sport you're playing. Every game you're going to get situations that you have to take advantage of. And coaches always talk about matchups. When Kirk Maltby, one of the better penalty killers in the league, in the box, Nicholas Lidstrom, who hardly ever takes penalties, always kills penalties as well, he goes in, and then Lilia loses his stick. So you've got a 5-on-3, two of the best penalty killers in the league in the box. You got a guy without a stick. You have to score, and the Blackhawks did.
Good observation. It was a perfect storm for the Blackhawks. They did. I thought the turning point of that period, though, a huge save by Nikolai Habibulin, redirection by Hoodler makes the save. They kill a penalty after that, and then from then on, they're really dominating.
Well, the Blackhawks got 2 goals in that period. We'll get to the 1 and the 5-on-3 in a second, but first of all, what a goal by Yannick Perreault. This is just a great job with good hands on a bouncing puck. This thing just comes bouncing out of the air, and I don't know, about 6 inches off the ice, and Perreault bangs it home from in front of the net.
And it's a power move by a power forward. That man, Robert Lang, takes it hard to the net, draws 2 guys. And what does that do? Well, that allows Yannick Perreault to be all alone. Watch Chelios leave his check, who was Perreault. Perreault's open, good eye-hand coordination, bangs it home.
So that gave the Blackhawks a 1-0 lead. Now here we are on the 5-on-3. There's Andreas Lilia. He loses his stick, so now you only have 2 guys with sticks out there. And Robert Lang, this is a beautiful pass across the goal crease. Patrick Kane right there to bang in his 7th of the year.
That is so sweet. Remember Patrick Kane did that against Nashville, a perfect pass to Langer. Langer put it in. Well, that was the payback, and it was a huge goal, stoking into that 2-0 lead.
Well, the Blackhawks got off to a bit of a slow start in the period. They took a penalty right off the bat. They killed off that penalty. But Steve, I thought the key to the game was when the Blackhawks got their first power play. The momentum of the game really seemed to turn where the Blackhawks, quite frankly, were on their heels the first 5-6 minutes of the period.
It's one of my keys. Remember, make the special teams special, and they certainly were there, at least in that first period. But I think more importantly than that, earlier, Detroit with a couple of good chances to score. Nikolai Habibulin with a huge save.
When we come back, we will take a look at some of the big saves Nikolai Habibulin made during the opening period of play. At the end of one from the United Center, the Blackhawks lead the Red Wings 2-0.
How safe is your truck? Chevy Silverado half-ton received a 5-star frontal crash test rating, and with OnStar advisors are there for you 24/7.
I'm glad we could get emergency services out to you.
Ford and Toyota can't say that.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 07 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew cab. Chevy Silverado, this is our truck. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today.
Customer loyalty is something you earn and never take for granted. It starts with honesty, trust, and a little common courtesy. Something that, sadly, isn't so common anymore.
Wow. That's what we think. We should hire you.
That'd be sweet.
So, do you like the store?
Yeah.
Great.
U.S. Cellular is wireless where you matter most.
Where's a fan's best friend online? ComcastSportsNet.com. It's the place to read analysis from Comcast Sportsnet experts that you can't find anywhere else. Get up to the second news headlines, see the day's programming lineup, check out talent bios, and watch video clips featuring the latest info on your teams. Plus, sign up for Sports Extra and Sports Blast email alerts that make you the first to know about breaking news. Log on right now to ComcastSportsNet.com. Fans' best friend online.
Every night, there's just one place to be. The best damn sports show, period. Come on in and be our guest for Sports Television's nightly party. The world's greatest late-night sports show is just getting started. The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
You're watching the home of the Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, and White Sox. Comcast Sportsnet.
Blackhawks at the end of 20 minutes lead the Red Wings 2-0 here at the United Center. Jim Blaney along with Steve Conrad. One more point, Steve, about the second Blackhawk goal, the one that came on the 5-on-3. We talked about the perfect storm of things that happened to the Red Wings. Dennis Savard obviously saw it because he had 5 of the top 6 Blackhawk scorers on the ice for that 5-on-3, all 5 of them being forwards.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Jonathan Toews make that, was playing the point. That's the first time I can remember seeing Jonathan Toews play the point. Of course, in a 5-on-3, you're not going to get tested a lot, but maybe we'll see a little more of that in the future.
And right before the goal was scored, he rang one off the post. He nailed it square.
He's got a heavy shot. And I'd like to mention Adam Burrish, who plays on that fourth line. He had the first shot on net. It was a breakaway, drew a penalty. A lot of good things by Adam Burrish in that period.
All right, a lot of good things, too, by Nikolai Habibulin as well. And right off the bat, Steve, in the first couple of moments of the game, he made a couple of big saves, and I turned to you, made the comment, there's a good sign for Nikolai Habibulin, who's right on top of it, making some stops for the Red Wings. They came out flying in this game.
Yeah, they had 3 shots inside of 45 seconds. That was the save I was talking about. Yuri Hudler right in front, a redirection. If they score there, maybe it's a little different, because at that point, the Blackhawks were a little bit on their heels, and that's what a big save can get for you. And it's not the number of saves, it's when you make them. And it was a huge time for the Blackhawks. They were on their heels, they were allowing a couple of shots. He came up big, and from that point forward, they took over.
Looking ahead to the second period, one thing you'll almost always see out of the Red Wings is their effort is pretty well consistent throughout the night. That's what you expect from a veteran team. Meanwhile, a young team like the Blackhawks, we have seen this year where they'll go along and play very, very well, and then they'll hit a lull. So how do you as a player make sure when you come out for your first shift of the second period that you match the intensity the Blackhawks showed over the last 10 minutes of the first?
You know, if I'm in the dressing room, I'm just reminding the guys, pedal to the metal. Keep going the way you've been going. As soon as you start to back off and try to protect the lead, that's when Detroit's going to kill you. I mean, they showed a very good forecheck early in that first period. They're creating turnovers, getting chances. But if I'm with the Blackhawks and I'm talking to the guys, it's like, guys, don't change a thing. Sometimes your best defense is an offense. Let's keep it in their end.
And Dennis Savard talks about that a lot. The best defense is when the puck is 200 feet from your own goal.
Why not? And they've got guys who can control it, whether it's Kane, Taves, Lang, or Williams. Those guys can cycle it deep, kill a lot of time, and right now the clock is their friend because they've got a 2-goal lead.
And as you look ahead to the second period, Steve, one thing the Blackhawks did not do in that first period, that was stay out of the box. They got to the box early, their goaltender bailed them out. 5-on-5, the Red Wings, you can stay with them, but if you start taking a lot of penalties, and especially if you get into a penalty-killing situation, you fail to clear the puck, that's when you start to reach, that's when you start to get beaten, that's when this team is really dangerous.
That's when you start to get tired, and you're absolutely right. You know what, it's okay to kill penalties, good penalties, but it's the bad penalties are the ones that sometimes come back to bite you. Jim Vandermeer threw one out in his own end into the stands. It's a 2-minute minor. They killed it, but those are the ones you don't want to take. You don't want to take needless penalties.
All right, second period coming up. Steve and I will see you during intermission number 2. One period gone here at the United Center tonight, and the Blackhawks have a 2-0 lead over the Detroit Red Wings.
How do you secure your financial future? Almost wish you had a life preserver to wear, so you'd be better protected. At Country Insurance and Financial Services, you'll get sound advice and real protection from people you can trust. No wonder more people are turning to Country, the people who know you best. Country, real answers for real financial security.
This is our country.
Hey, Langer, you know how to work this thing? No, but maybe one of the younger guys can. I mean, Tanner, try. Tanner Taves, you sure you guys old enough to watch this?
Man, it's weird how young I look on TV. Like, don't you think I look pretty young up there?
Like, we look really young. Talk to me in 15 years, boys.
Exceptional cardiac expertise, advanced surgical techniques and diagnostics, including minimally invasive heart procedures, teams of expert doctors who develop an individualized treatment plan just for you. Access to the latest breakthroughs to help even complex heart conditions. Top ranked in Illinois for heart and heart surgery. The University of Chicago Medical Center, at the forefront of medicine. Call or visit online.
The 2008 Nissan Sentra. Quality and reliability you expect. A 140 horsepower kick you don't. 5-star safety rating for front impact crash safety. Surrounding an interior that's bigger than Civic and Corolla. A fuel-efficient 33 miles per gallon. And yes, it still performs like a Nissan. Now get 1.9% financing or $1,000 total cash back at your Nissan dealer. Sentra, available in hot and extra hot.
Live from the United Center, about to start the second period. The Blackhawks lead the Red Wings 2-0 after 20 minutes, and Josh Mora had an interesting perspective in that first period. No bumps or bruises yet, huh, Josh?
No, I've got my hands up to protect myself, but interesting stuff at the end of the period there when Marty Lapointe challenged Johan Franzen at the end of the period. What was interesting was that Adam Burish immediately picked up on it and started chirping both at the Wings on the ice and on the bench, and the Wings took notice, and as they skated by him standing up on the bench, they all sort of shook their heads at him. So that was something else for the Wings to think about as they went into the dressing room. And in that way, Adam Burish was in their heads, which is what a pest is supposed to do. A great cap to a great period for Adam Burish in the first, guys.
Thanks a lot, Josh. There's a lot of noise here inside United Center as the Hawks greeted by the horns as they come back on the ice, and a lot of sound occurring on the ice of the players' mouths. Bud Light live wired for sound. Here's a sample, more for Brent Sopel.
Yeah, I know I want it. It went right in my feet. So we're skated it. We gotta win those battles in the walls, boys. Hey, Taser. They got great sticks, man. Yeah. Great sticks. Yeah. Hey, Kaner. They got great sticks, huh? It's a big save, boys. It's a big save. Gotta get that puck by him, boys.
Well, Brent Sopel signed as a free agent by general manager Dale Talon during training camp, and Brent Sopel was actually on a tryout with the Detroit Red Wings. I think he's really brought stability and a confidence to the Blackhawk blue line. Playing over 450 career games. As you see, wearing a A on his jersey. Denny Savard alternating the captaincy amongst two of the three. Marty Lapointe will be consistently an alternate all season long.
Well, this second period of Chicago Blackhawks hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is presented by Corona and Corona Light, official sponsors of the timeout. Relax responsibly. How pretty is that logo, Eddie? Maybe pretty's not the word.
No, it's
unique.
It's pretty sweet. How's that? Well, we heard Pat Kane tell us between the first and second period that the best jersey in sport. I certainly loved it growing up as a young guy here in Chicago. Great to have this home game on television too.
Off here in the second period, Rennie Bork involved in the forecheck. Well, Detroit able to maneuver it back to center. Over the line, long shot by Hoodler. It's Nikolai Habibulin making the save. And home television, it's a change in Chicago Blackhawk land. This organization that's been around for 81 years. When you look at the impact being a Chicago native, Eddie, long-term and short-term, what impact do you think this decision will have?
Well, you hope that you catch the average fan or the fan that knows that the Blackhawks are here and get them to enjoy it and come down. There's nothing like watching a game in person. That's first and foremost. But I think it's going to affect youth hockey. And maybe kids that are just starting to get involved in hockey. They'll see it on television. And when I had a chance to see it when I was growing up in Chicago, to see games on television, and that was just an automatic. So hopefully it'll build it up, not only fan base wise, but also the youth hockey level. And those are your fans of tomorrow.
Shot from the wall by Duncan Keith. Handled easily by Chris Osgood.
Well, that's what Rocky Wirtz has been talking about, is that with the games not being on television, there's almost a generation of hockey fans that have lost touch with the Blackhawks.
What a way to welcome them back with the talent you see here on the ice.
It's exciting. Yeah, it's a 3-hour commercial, and it's a different thought process. And again, the entertainment and the excitement, and it's a great sports town and a great franchise. So you gotta sell it, and that's what the Hawks are certainly trying to do.
Zetterberg has it. Datsuk just tipping it wide. Lidstrom holding it. The crafty Russian forward, Pavel Datsuk. He can protect the puck well along the wall. Datsuk dancing, centering. As Holmstrom couldn't get the shot away. Duncan Keith, the coverage there on Holmstrom. Thomas Holmstrom now behind the goal. Works it in front, Pat Kane there, and Pat Kane will clear it. Zetterberg. And the Red Wings are offside. Minute 40 into the second period.
Well, the number one line coming awfully close for Mike Babcock, the head coach of the Red Wings. Well, Blackhawk fans, get to Hawk Quarters on Saturday, December 8th. Do a little holiday shopping, and while you're there, Johnny Taves and Pat Kane will be there to sign autographs from 2 to 4 o'clock. That's December 8th at Hawk Quarters, and it's located at 333 North Michigan Avenue.
Great location. Some superstars will be dropping by.
Hat, jersey, autograph. I'm not on assignment on that day. I gotta bring Nicholas Olczyk with me.
Christmas shopping done early. The next
this is Christmas with this game on television, okay?
There's Jason Williams along the boards. Kept in by Cronwall. Second effort, though, and it's pushed out by Williams.
It's important in the second period. Something that the Hawk coaching staff has talked about in the second period. You have the long change. So you got to change before you're tired, especially with a team that loves to possess the puck as well as Detroit, that you have to make good changes. The Hawks are not going to be able to change here because they've iced the puck 5-on-5. So Detroit will be able to make a wholesale change, and Denny Savard has to keep the guys out on the ice that ice the puck.
You know Danny Savard quite well, former teammate, good friend. Just observing him as you do so often now, not hearing what he's saying, but the way he acts and demonstrates himself around the team behind the bench. Have you noticed a calmness to Denny that is here in year 2 that wasn't there year 1?
Yeah, I think last year going through it for the first time, Danny, and it's that first time around the block, so to speak. And there's a lot of changes.
The pesky shot block.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of changes, but I think just, again, knowing his personnel, and he's used the word earn a lot, especially with the young players and Taves and Kane. Those guys have earned the opportunity. I mean, just under 19 minutes each every game, and they've gone out and produced. And not only offensively, there's other parts of the game than just getting points. He's certainly doing a heck of a job with the motivation aspect and the structure that they have as far as in the type of style in the game they play. So these guys are like young racehorses. I mean, they want to go. They want to go. Recognize time and score. And go from there.
Marty Lapointe over the line. Samsonov to the net. Quick shot, and he couldn't make full contact with that one-timer on the feed from Lapointe.
Oh, perfect pass there by Lapointe.
Saw beautiful feeds from Lapointe, setting up Burrish in the first period as Hobby Boulin closing the door there at the side of the goal. Another backhand shot from Maltby. Hobby Boulin has them all.
Well, a couple of real good saves. We heard Steve and Jim in between the first and second period intermission talking about how well Nikolai Hobby Boulin was playing. Here's that pass by Lapointe. He lets Kronwall come all the way over and gives the passing lane right over. Let me get another look at that. His stick positioning needs to take away the pass. I mean, his job on that 2-on-1 is to take away the passing lane. He did not. He gave the lane to Marty Lapointe. He took it. Unfortunately, Samsonov kind of fanned on it.
Maltby's shot off the face-off is blocked. And a penalty is Patrick Sharp. He's taken down. It's going to be a tripping call against Andreas Lilja.
Oh, referee Kelly Sutherland. Let's stop it right here. Look at where the stick is. The stick is here. This stick should be out here to take away the passing lane. And then Marty Lapointe recognizes that, and Hawks get a good opportunity.
I think perhaps that the defenseman thought that Samsonov is closer to his goaltender, or it doesn't matter. You still have to take away that lane.
Yeah, you can't leave that back door open for the shooter. And maybe Kronwall thought that the back checker, I think it was clear he was coming back, was going to be able to prevent that pass from going through.
Kane, the Hawks on the power play. 1 for 3 tonight, bouncing towards the goal. Kane on the backhand, fires. Osgood down to make the save. Good keep in by Bufflin. One-timer. And Osgood the stop, rebound. Kane to Taves, back to Kane. Williams blasting it over the crossbar. Comes to Williams again. Pat Kane. Jason Williams. Taves and Sharp stand in front. Now it's Bufflin. Kane, Bufflin fires, it's blocked, but Detroit can't move it out. Johnny Taves, Pat Kane, Dustin Bufflin, quick one-timer, and Sharp takes that up high. Wow. Off the stick of Williams. Okay. Thankfully, Patrick Sharp looks good.
I think that him in the helmet. Good puck possession here by the Hawks. Dustin Bufflin sets the table up for Jason Williams, and then slap shot right off the top of the helmet. Oh, man.
Maybe even the visor.
Hate to think 25 years ago. And how players, I mean, goalies not wearing masks, but players not wearing helmets. And a lot of players wearing visors now. And Williams can shoot it. Patrick Sharp seems to be all right.
This face-off will move outside of the zone since it deflected off a Sharp out of play.
Johnny Taves got a 4-minute high sticking penalty.
4 minutes for high sticking at 4:51.
Be 4-on-4 hockey.
4 minutes for high sticking at 4:51.
You're playing 4-on-4. It's man-on-man. Forwards have D have forwards. There's no miscommunication at all. when you have active defense like Detroit has, you've got to make sure you know who you have.
Robert Lang. Tied up. Zetterberg. Shoot it in.
So it's going to have a lengthy power play here coming.
Bolin. Stopped there by Lidstrom. 3:10 to go in this lengthy power play. Over the line. Hudler shoots. Heavy ball in the save. And Lilia was the trailer. He shoved it wide. Detroit holding in. As it was Brian Rafalski with that opportunity. Now Yuri Hudler.
He looked like a forward. Rafalski. What a pass there by Nicholas Lidstrom. But Hobby Bullen out, aggressive, cutting down the angle. No chance to shoot the puck past Hobby Bullen.
Duncan Keith across for Sopel. .228 to go in this Detroit power play. Blackhawks leading 2-0. Both goals in the first and fourth. Delaying the breakout. Patrick Sharp now providing the energy here on the forecheck.
Oh, great work shorthanded. This is where the Blackhawks want to kill the penalty. Is down in the other zone. It was all started by Rennie Bork with a good stick in a passing lane. Killed off 15 seconds.
Lebda from the point, and that is put wide as Cleary was screening Habby Bullen in front. Hudler for Lebda. Yuri Hudler. Minute 48 to go in Detroit's power play. Hudler misses that centering attempt. Cronwall takes it. Michael Samuelson. Lebda, the one-timer, save Habby Bullen. Cleary chops it wide. Rennie Bork gets it out. Fresh penalty killers on the ice. Marty Lapointe and Dave Boland up front. Jim Vandermeer and Brent Seabrook paired up on the line. Lidstrom over that line. Lapointe trying to clear it. Kept in, and Zetterberg swings it back to Rafalski. Zetterberg, Rafalski. Holmstrom is in front. Lidstrom, a minute to go on the power play. The wrist shot, Habby Bullen the save, with Holmstrom right in front.
Yeah, no rebound, no second chance opportunity. We talk about Hall of Fame players. Nick Lidstrom, no question, going to be a slam dunk. And Brian Rafalski came over as a free agent from the New Jersey Devils, going back to his hometown of Detroit, and tries to go between the legs of Nikolai Hobby Bullen.
So far, Hobby Bullen has had all the answers for Henrik Zetterberg and company. Zetterberg, in the midst of that 16-game point streak, a Detroit club record, leads the NHL with 26 points. It's the Hawks that gain possession off the draw. Seabrook can move it out. Holmstrom finds it though. Swept back in by Rafalski. Tipped by Perreault. That allows Jimmy Vandermeer to jump up. Perreault ahead. Just knocked down by Rafalski. Or Adam Burish might have been in alone. Zetterberg right back over the line. Settles it. Half a minute to go in the power play. Pavel Datsyuk not putting up a lot of points lately, but playing some solid hockey for the Wings as Datsyuk shoots. Rebound, Zetterberg. Oh, Habby Bullen. Biggest save of the night, and he stops the NHL's hottest scorer.
When Vandermeer is going to get a penalty here. He gave a left shot to the jaw of Henrik Zetterberg. There was pushing going on. Got to imagine the Hawks are going to be shorthanded here out of this scrum. We talked about Pavel Datsyuk, the shot to the net, backhand. What a save by Nikolai Hobby Bullen, sliding from his left to his right. Oh, outstanding. That is an outstanding save by Nikolai Hobby Bullen. Zetterberg was kind of back skating. Yeah, that's where the penalty came right there, that last shot by Vandermeer. So a 5-on-3 for the Wings. The faceoff comes outside the zone. as the Red Wing defenseman came in below the tops of the circles. But Zetterberg on that rebound, he was actually skating backwards and didn't get a lot on it. What a save though.
5-on-3 for 12 seconds. Kronwall to Lebda. Brett Lebda straight away. Kronwall. Side of the goal, and it's just batted wide. Lebda's drive. Rebound. Javi Bolin gets back. It's bouncing all around and taken by Taves and cleared. Taves picking up that clear. The wrist shot. Ripped wide, glove side on Osgood. Fifth power plays. Red Wings falling. Samuelson bid it along the boards. This is Hoodler. Daniel Cleary, Michael Samuelson. Samuelson walks in, fires, and that's tipped high and wide off the stick of Cleary. Sharp moves it out. .55 seconds to go in this Detroit power play. The smooth skating defenseman Brian Rafalski, Pavel Datsyuk along the boards, picked loose by Holmstrom. Rafalski over to Lidstrom. Rafalski. Datsyuk missing the pass, and that allows the Hawks a great effort from Seabrook ahead to Bork, and they move it out. Patrick Sharp, Rennie Bork. Bork bad angle, and Osgood fights off that wrist shot. 22 seconds to go in the roughing minor to Jim Vandermeer. Holmstrom feeding Datsyuk. Sopel lifted his stick, and that allows a loose puck. Bork takes it, and Bork clears it.
Well, we've heard it a lot. Your best penalty killer has to be your goaltender, and Nikolai Khabibulin making some really good saves early.
Lebda's shot gunned over the head of Khabibulin.
And it just breeds confidence. Guys are quicker to lose pucks. Sticks in passing lanes. Clear it down 200. You have fresh bodies on the ice, so it's just a little thing. And the one thing the Hawks have done a good job, Danny, is that when Detroit's got that first chance, they haven't allowed that second and third one in succession. To really, you know, I mean, it's difficult for a goaltender, especially when you got a team like Detroit that can create offense.
Both teams at full strength here in the final 9 minutes of the second period. It's Chris Chelios colliding with Lapointe. Lebda running to by Bolin as the boards rattle a lot with Lapointe, Perreault, and Bolin roaming the ice for the Hawks. Chris Chelios still hearing boos in his hometown. Over the line. Seabrook guarding Chelios as he moves it in front. Chelios gets it right back. And that pass bouncing over the stick of Kronwall. Ruutu knocks the pass down. Jason Williams whipping it across for Keith. Now Williams will tip it in. Andreas Lillian flattened by Ruutu on the forecheck. But Detroit, the quick transition. Kopetsky denied there by big Dustin Bufflin, and they push and shove after the whistle. Beautiful downtown Chicago, 7:51 to go in the second period. Hawks lead by 2.
There are 114 points where sound is dampened, 43 sensors for comfort, 23 sensors for safety, and 7 sensors to monitor the sensors. Behind every detail, there's a detail. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Hawks lead the Red Wings 2-0. Carrie Sayers, not the only celebrity in the house tonight.
That's right. I am pleased to be joined right now by the NHL Artist of the Month, Kid Rock, who played for a sold-out crowd at the Aragon Ballroom last night. And I understand beforehand you shot an upcoming episode for Inside the NHL. Tell us about it.
Yeah, me and Chris Chelios just hanging out, doing what we do best, being good friends, having a good time.
And I understand, too, that the second single from your album, Amen, was just released. You've called it the best song you've ever written. Why?
I think it just speaks kind of for the voice that's not being heard in America right now. There's so many far left-wing weirdos and right-wing weirdos. I think this kind of just takes it up the middle and says, to hell with all the political correctness. Let's just try to find some common ground and get things done.
Well, thank you for your time. I know your boys aren't doing so well right now, but great to see you in Chicago, and thanks for joining us.
They were all out with me last night.
Ruh-roh. Thanks for your time again. Kid Rock's recent album, Rock and Roll Jesus, recently debuted at #1. Guys.
He's using some hockey terminology there, huh? Left wing, right wing.
Yeah.
Where does he fall? All three? Yes, Chris Chelios and Kid Rock, certainly very good friends. I think they actually at that game a couple of years ago when they had the brawl at the Palace there between
Pistons.
Yeah. Pacers, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Pacers and Pistons.
A lot more Blackhawk jerseys.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing too, Danny. Games being on home television, and a lot of youth hockey players here in Illinois selling the merchandise and having a Caves or Kane jersey.
Dallas Drake and the Red Wings coming to center, pounded in deep with 7:25 to go in this middle period. Hawks leading 2-0. Perreault and Keane scored the goals in the first period. There's a hooking penalty coming up.
Well, there's Dallas Drake. Danny, you had mentioned his second term of duty there. He's got the full cage on. He took a big hit in a game against the San Jose Sharks and fractured his cheekbone. Pound for pound, one of the tougher players that has played in the National Hockey League, Dallas Drake. Formerly the St. Louis Blues.
Chris Draper, the former Winnipeg Jet, will be in the box. 2 minutes for hooking, so the Hawks go on the power play.
Picked up by the Detroit Red Wings on waivers from the Winnipeg Jets for $1. U.S. back then, so it's about $1.55 Canadian now. It's the other way. The strength of the Canadian dollar.
See the numbers for the Blackhawks power play tonight. They were 2 for 4 in their win over St. Louis. Keane and Vandermeer picked up the power play goals. Here's Keane, denied entry into the zone by Lidstrom. Dustin Bufflin.
It's an important power play here for the Hawks.
And for a big man, he can stick handle well, and Bufflin uses the soft hands there to gain entry into the zone. Now it's ripped for the point off the left pad of Osgood. And the rebound controlled by the Wings. Daniel Cleary shorthanded off of Bufflin and hits the protective netting.
Well, again, just continuing with the momentum. Detroit's always a team looking for those shorthanded opportunities, and you cannot fall asleep at the wheel just because you have a man advantage. Assistant coach Mark Hardy talking to Dustin Bufflin about that last shift. A lot of that goes on, not only on the Blackhawk bench, but throughout the National Hockey League. The quick little opportunities to teach and talk about things that happen. And the one thing that's so important is communication on the ice. Be the eyes and ears for the guy out there. Help him out. When you get back to the bench, surely the coaches will tell you what's going on and maybe to try something else or what's a better way to get the end result you're looking for. And when you have a young team that's very impressionable like the Hawks, there's a lot of teaching that goes on for the coaching staff.
Lang, the Blackhawks controlling this power play finally with 28 to go. It's Tuomo Ruutu. Wisniewski to Vandermeer. Dave Bolin from the boards. Lang to Vandermeer off a Red Wing stick. That flutters over the crossbar. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Jim Vandermeer punches it down low. Dave Bolin. Lilly on him. Draper's out of the box. Power play is over. Lang, side of the goal for Bolin. Ruutu now forced to the boards. Detroit recaptures Chris Draper, fresh out of the penalty box. Slides it in. 5 to go in the second period.
Really good job there by Wisniewski. At the end of a shift, he's got to try to get off the ice, him and Vandermeer. Forcing Draper to the outside. The recognition, they knew it was a 1-against-2. So force him to do something he doesn't want to, and the Hawks were able to get the puck.
Samuelson fires, Habibul in the save. As Samuelson was dumped when he went to go get that puck in the rebound attempt. Samsonov the other way. Looking for Marty Lapointe, but it's just picked off by the Red Wing defense. Marty Lapointe to Sergei Samsonov, who has more jump to a step. Backhand shot stopped by Osgood. Burish and Samsonov in the far corner. Holmstrom doing the dirty work, picked loose by Samsonov. A Sharp taken down, and it's Zetterberg to a helmetless Michael Samuelson. With Zetterberg at the end of a shift, so Samuelson sends it down low.
Good battle, just watch the free hand. Good battle.
Kopetsky, wrap around, quick shot, they score! It's Hoodler, or rather Kopetsky in Detroit has cut the Hawk lead to 2-1.
Well, Henrik Zetterberg will continue his scoring streak. The pass by Kopetsky to Yuri Hoodler. Detroit was in the middle of a change. They got fresh bodies on the ice. Zetterberg stayed on. And then the body position by Kopetsky. And there, Habibulin's stick got caught up in the jersey of Adam Burish. And that kind of threw Habibulin off his angle.
Center ice.
Kopetsky and Sharp.
Both take their helmets off already. Sharp doesn't do this every night. It's Kopetsky landing a couple right. Sharp trying to get loose. He gets the takedown.
Couple free swingers there, Kopetsky and Patrick Sharp. Sharp cut over the right eye. Well, right off the draw, both players taking off their helmets, which both had visors. They squared off. And Detroit's made it a hockey game, only down by 1.
The intensity picking up. Unfortunately, so is the Red Wings offense. They trail by 1.
Hi, is there anything
Hey, what's
I can
that
help
mean?
you?
Our goal is the best network here.
Oh, well, the best network means uninterrupted service.
It's quite a goal, right?
Yes, well, for uninterrupted service, our cell tower engineers...
They sound important.
Yes, well, they really know their areas. Many of...
You're the engineers.
Yes, they live in the
They
area.
live in the area, so that's smart. Smart, so smart.
Give you uninterrupted service.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah.
I like that.
U.S. Cellular is wireless where you matter most.
You're watching the home of the Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, and White Sox, Comcast Sportsnet. Four Seasons, the largest family-owned and operated heating and air conditioning contractor, has simple goals: provide exceptional service at the best possible price and offer products that leave you nothing but satisfied. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
This is going to be the event that defines the whole season. Oh, yeah! You got it. Chevy Truck Month.
Most Truck Month offers have been extended into November, including 0% APR financing for 60 months for well-qualified buyers on any 2007 Chevy Tahoe model. And now, every 07 Tahoe comes standard with 1 year of OnStar Safe and Sound, offering 9 services with the push of a button. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today. Blackhawk home games on Comcast Sportsnet are brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Welcome back to the United Center where the Blackhawks lead the Wings 2-1. I am now joined by actress and Chicago native Joan Cusack, who dropped the puck today, but I know as spokeswoman for U.S. Cellular, you never drop any calls, right?
That's right. Oh my gosh.
I understand you have two of the biggest Hawks fans in the building with you here. Introduce us.
That's right. This is my son Dylan.
Hi, I'm Dylan. Hi, Dylan.
And this is my son Miles.
I'm Miles. So who are your favorite Hawks players?
I like Adam Burrish, Patrick Kane, Long.
You've got three, huh? And you?
Same as Dylan, Adam Burrish.
Adam Burrish, how exciting is it to be a part of such a big day for the Hawks?
It's so great. It's so, you know what? And there's a guy downstairs who's been sitting in front of the locker rooms for 60.
Mr. Art.
Yeah, and he said that the hockey players are the nicest guys of all the athletes. So
they sure are.
It's a good character. That's important.
They sure do. Thanks so much for your time. Nice seeing you.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. That was so fun.
Bye, guys. Have fun. Guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Kerry. A couple of passionate young Blackhawk fans.
Adam Burrish, like the hard work. Well, power play coming up for the Hawks, Brian Rafalski. But we're going to go back to that goal by Hoodler. We're going to let it roll. Now watch the stick of Nick. Stop it here. Watch the stick of Nikolai Khabibulin. It gets caught up in the jersey of Adam Burrish. Watch. Right there. Now that kind of throws Khabibulin off. Now that doesn't give him time to go from his left to his right to play the angle. And yes, that pass came all the way across, but it's just that sudden move, and it's a bad break. The knob of the stick gets caught up in the jersey of Burrish. I'll give Kopecky some credit.
Vandermeer, the Hawks begin another power play as Rafalski off for hooking. Robert Lang missing Bolin with the pass, and it's Lidstrom off the stick of Jim Vandermeer, and it bounces all the way towards Nikolai Khabibulin's area.
You know, people watch, and that's the beauty of being able to watch the game on television, and people may be here at the United Center and go, how did Khabibulin not stop that, and how did Kopecky make that pass all the way over? It's just a subtle little thing. That's a great pickup by our crew here at Comcast to be able to pick that up and see the knob of the stick get caught up in the jersey. It stopped Burrish from maybe getting on Kopecky a little bit earlier, but certainly it threw Khabibulin off his ankle.
Johnny Taves taking it wide. 65 to go on this power play for the Hawks. Maltby forces Taves, kept in by Bufflin. Williams, good knockdown by Bufflin on the line to Taves. King takes it, forced by Lilia. That causes a turnover, as it was almost kept in by Taves.
Sergei Samsonov taking this spot on the #1 unit for Patrick Sharp, who got on that scrap.
Thought that puck had originally left the zone, but they rule the Hawks keep it alive. Pat Kane from the boards. Jason Williams. Johnny Taves scores! Power play goal, Johnny Taves.
GMC drive to the net. Danny, you talked about it. The puck not getting out of the zone. Kept in by Dustin Bufflin. Good work by Samsonov. Pat Kane, perfect little pass. And then Williams to Johnny Taves. No stick for Andreas Lilia. You remember on the 5-on-3 goal where Lang gave it to Kane? Look at no stick for Lilia. A step slow trying to play goalie. Couple happy humans there. Taves and Kane. Big goal towards the end of the second period.
Taves making the top of the circle on the power play in his young NHL career. His spot. A couple lethal wrist shots. Let go there by Taves. There it's beaten Chris Osgood. Here with a minute 15 to go in the second period. It's a 3-1 lead for the Hawks. Rafalski off the stick of Samuelson.
And no hesitation there by Johnny Taves either. Recognized he had time and space.
Blackwell calling the power play. His
good quick puck movement.
Scored by number 19.
I think Lilia needs some stickum in those gloves. The first one he broke, unfortunately, but there it looked like his stick was all right in behind the net.
40 seconds to go in the period. Taves, the 7th goal of the season. Williams and Keane picking up the assist. So Pat Kane with the points. Ruutu fires up high, and Osgood out to challenge, stopping Ruutu. .8 seconds to go as Tuomo Ruutu was able to bust in.
Well, the Hawks are in the middle of a change, and in the left part of your screen, it's going to be Tuomo Ruutu. There, Ruutu comes off the bench, and he's off to the races. So the Hawks are in the middle of a change. Ruutu jumps on. Detroit's going one way, and the puck comes back the other way.
Taves, 15 seconds to go in the period. He had to curl back as just white jerseys are there, but Taves winning the battle along the boards, knocks it loose for Ruutu. 8 seconds left in the period as Detroit gets it back. James Wisniewski. Horn sounds. Adam Burish in this big crowd are happy with the results so far. 40 minutes complete. Second period presented by Corona ends as the Hawks lead 3-1. Coming up next, Jim, Steve, and Eddie with our intermission report.
Not thinking about the unexpected? Fortunately, Chevy has. In a crash, your car can automatically send a signal to OnStar for help even if you can't. It's just one of 9 OnStar services standard for 1 year on the 2008 Impala. So if you thought you knew Chevy, think again. Qualified lessees can get a low-mileage lease on this 08 Chevy Impala LT for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today.
Front row on the rocks.
Jealousy.
Where's a fan's best friend online? ComcastSportsNet.com. It's the place to read analysis from Comcast Sportsnet experts that you can't find anywhere else. Get up to the second news headlines, see the day's programming lineup, check out talent bios, and watch video clips featuring the latest info on your teams. Plus, sign up for Sports Extra and Sports Blast email alerts that make you the first to know about breaking news. Log on right now to ComcastSportsNet.com. Fans' best friend online.
Every night, only one show brings you closer to the teams that matter most. Land Rover Sports Night on Comcast Sportsnet. Highlights of the games you care about. Breaking news that has Chicago talking. Interviews with the biggest names. And the time to tell in-depth stories. If you're a fan of Chicago sports, then this is your show. Land Rover Sports Night. Tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. McDonald's Sports Rise every morning, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Blackhawks hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Chevy. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today at ChevyDriveChicago.com. U.S. Cellular. Discover wireless where you matter most. And by your Chicago area Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. And we welcome you back to the United Center. 2 periods gone. The Blackhawks and Wings both score a goal in the second period, and the Hawks lead the Red Wings by a score of 3-1 after 2. Jim Blaney along with Steve Conroy. And Steve, I'll tell you what, I think if you look at that period, you have to really nitpick to find something to be critical of. Just a lot of good elements in that period for the Blackhawks.
Great period for the Chicago Blackhawks. Nikolai Hobby-Bulin made some big saves when he needed to. The power play is looking phenomenal. That's against a pretty good penalty-killing unit in Detroit, so hopefully they can keep it together for another 20 minutes.
And joining us now from upstairs, as he always does during the second intermission, is Eddie Olczyk. And Eddie, it just seems to me that, and I'm asking for your perspective as a coach, that you have to have a lot of parts come together to have a pretty good hockey team. And just in the last 3 or 4 games here, we're seeing a lot of elements come together. Defensemen scoring getting spread out, power play kicking, and goaltending. And as you get those things rounded in together, you come up with a pretty decent hockey team, and that's what it looks like the Blackhawks are at this particular moment.
Well, it's all about team, Jimmy. That's exactly what it is. And you talk about the infectiousness and the excitement level of the 2 youngsters and Taves and Kane. And, you bring in a guy like Lang and Yannick Perreault, accepting his role, and he wants to play a lot more. I mean, he's #1 in the league in face-offs, just doing the little things. He talked about the defenseman gaining more confidence, gaining more experience. Dustin Byfuglien, who I think probably would have been here at the start of the year if he didn't have the rib injury during training camp. So you're getting contributions from a lot of different players. The Blackhawks have won 5 games when they've trailed and coming from behind. So the ability and the confidence level, because they have skill and they have guys that can score goals, they're never out of any games. And when you are getting goals on a power play, and Nikolai Hobbyboom making some unbelievable saves here tonight, the one on Zetterberg was very good. So that's why it's a team game, and you're only as good as the guy next to you. And right now the Blackhawks look around and across the dressing room and feel pretty good about themselves. But you know what? It's a pretty darn good team in Detroit, and they got another 20 minutes to go, and I'm sure that's what Savvy and the coaches are talking about.
Eddie, you talk about the skill level of the Blackhawks, and obviously it's been upgraded. And I look at the back end and the fact that the defensemen are scoring, and you as a former coach, can you talk to the people about how important it is to have your defensemen involved and scoring goals?
Well, I think it's all about reading and reacting, and I know that's something that Mark Hardy, assistant coach, talks about because he works with the defensemen. It's just being able to recognize. I mean, you have to be able to account. You want to be able to jump into the play. I mean, you're looking at the dynamic duo on Detroit with Rafalski and Lidstrom. I mean, you don't get any better than that. I mean, maybe when you look at Anaheim, when Scott Niedermayer comes back and plays with the Ducks, him and Pronger. But when you have defensemen, especially young guys, is you want to be able to teach them when the time is to go. Now, what is the time? Who is on the ice? Do you want to be taking chances when Zetterberg and Datsuk are on the ice of jumping into the play? No, you have to be able to read and react, and that's such a confidence level right now for the Blackhawks. The other night, we had 3 defensemen score goals. We had Keith, Seabrook, and Wisniewski all scored goals against Columbus. So it's those types of things that are being taught in the recognition from guys. The more you play, the more experience you get, and it's another added weapon from the blue line that Blackhawks haven't had here in a long, long time.
Eddie, thanks for your time, and I know that the routine for you and Danny is to have Dan go get the beverages during the second intermission. Tell him not to forget us, would you?
I won't, Jimmy, but don't take it. Just why don't you push your chair back just a little bit, Jimmy? Just a little bit there, okay?
All the way down.
All right, boys, nice to be here. All
down
right.
into the 100 level. Eddie, thanks so much. We'll talk to you after the game. When we come back after this timeout, we'll take a look at the highlights from period number 2 as the Blackhawks lead the Wings 3-1 as we get ready for period number 3.
How did we get roped into this?
Don't worry. I got enough for both of us.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
First time at the Opera, boys?
The GMC Sierra not only gets better fuel economy than Ford or Toyota, Sierra also holds its value better and has a better warranty. In thinking ahead, we left Ford and Toyota behind. The all-new, redesigned GMC Sierra. Just announced, get 0% APR for 60 months on an all-new 07 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab. That's $62.73 in average finance savings. For more information, visit gmcdrive.com.
In this jersey, I pledge to wreak havoc on my opponent's plus-minus.
To make one-timers happen way more than once.
I pledge that my team will scrap for every single point on the schedule.
In this jersey, I pledge that holes are only holes if they're open.
Shop.nhl.com presents the RBK Edge jersey. All 30 teams reinvented for more strength, more speed, more belief.
In this jersey, I pledge to play for the logo on the front, not the name on the back.
What do you pledge? Visit shop.nhl.com for your jersey.
Roll stability control, cornering brake control, patented terrain response. Despite the probability that you won't, the LR2 is designed for the possibility that you will. The all-new 2008 Land Rover LR2. starting at $34,700. Visit your local Land Rover Center.
All rights to this telecast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Chicago Blackhawks is expressly prohibited.
Hawks 3, Wings 1, second intermission from the United Center. Brent Sopel is wearing the Bud Light live wire tonight. Let's listen in on what has been going on the ice tonight.
Hey! Nice block. Behind ya! Short. Got ya, I got ya. Short side! Other side!
Pushing him out, okay? But he gets, Datsuk puts the stick in there, and then Jimmy comes in, gives him the first shot. I have no problem with that. It's the one when they're just standing there, and he pops one right in the chin. I'm not going to have that extra shot, okay?
Now. He said everything was fine, so he gave him that last shot.
Brent Sopel, 10:45 of ice time during the 2 periods we've played so far, and 2 block shots. When we come back after this timeout, we'll have highlights from the second period as we get ready for period number 3. Hawks lead the Wings 3-1 after 2.
How safe is your truck? Chevy Silverado half-ton received a 5-star frontal crash test rating, and with OnStar, advisors are there for you 24/7.
I'm glad we could get emergency services out to you.
Ford and Toyota can't say that.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 07 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew cab. Chevy Silverado, this is our truck. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today.
Hey, Langer, grab me a soda, will you? What? A biscuit, soda.
Come on, Rudy, give me a soda.
Wes, give me a soda, please. Taser, soda? Kaner, get the soda.
Don't even think about it, Kaner.
The story of the safest accident. It's not the crumble zones to absorb the impact. And it's not the airbags when the ice turns to black. You see, the safest accident is the one that never happens. The 2008 RX, offering 14 actively safe features. Learn more at activelysafe.com.
All right, here's the numbers through 2 periods of play. The Blackhawks out shooting the Wings by 1. They are leading by 2, 3-1, and 2 goals in the power play, probably the key number on there, Steve. One of the power play goals, it came in the second period, a goal by Jonathan Toews. Dustin Byfuglien gets no assist here. He's the guy that kept it in, and this is unbelievable how badly Toews beats Osgood. Osgood was looking right at him.
Wow, that's a rocket from about 20 feet up, beat him cleanly. Patrick Kane did a great job. He did a great job on the boards, too. Not only controlling the puck, he felt pressure, he didn't panic with it, and he made a nice little dish pass over to Williams. Williams spotted Toews, and it's a great all-around goal.
Am I right to expect the kitchen sink to come at the Blackhawks here in the first 5 minutes of the third period?
Oh, yeah. You'll see some desperation from Detroit. They'll open up a little bit. Now, Chicago's smart. They'll take advantage. When you open up, you're going to leave yourself open defensively. Hopefully, Chicago can take advantage of that and add to their lead.
Third period coming up. Dan and Eddie are back after this timeout. Third period, as we said, on the way. It's 3-1 Blackhawks after 2 periods.
Sometimes one more is one too many. Please drink responsibly.
Every Monday, catch the Bears recap on Comcast Sportsnet. Hear what Lovie Smith has to say about the previous game and get a preview of the upcoming weekend's matchup. Don't miss Bears recap every Monday at 5, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
After the game, stay tuned for Crown Royal Blackhawks post-game live with Jim Blaney and Steve Conroy. You'll see head coach Dennis Savard's press conference and interviews in the stadium. Crown Royal Blackhawks post-game live after the game, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet. Every home game on that nice HD. The best pre and post game coverage.
Great Bulls coverage on Sports Night.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet.
Comcast Sportsnet, fan best friend.
Every night, there's just one place to be. The best damn sports show, period. Come on in and be our guest for Sports Television's nightly party. The world's greatest late-night sports show is just getting started. The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
You're watching the home of the Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, and White Sox. Comcast Sportsnet.
Blackhawks hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Chevy. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today, ChevyDriveChicago.com. Crown Royal Blended Canadian Whiskey. It's about quality, not quantity. And by GMC, engineered to the highest standard, professional grade.
Back to the United Center. Eddie Olczyk, Dan Kelly, our Comcast Sportsnet crew with a special guest, assistant coach Ryan Stewart. And Ryan, you oftentimes watch the games from the press box and are in communication with the coaching staff. What was your thoughts on the Hawks play from high above the United Center in the press box through 2 periods?
Well, I think we came out strong. I mean, we were a little nervous to start. Obviously, guys are jittery. We got a full rank against obviously a very good team. We settled down. The power play came through on a couple big goals there, and we had one mental lapse in the D zone coverage, and they scored. So we got a long way to go, but we're pretty content so far.
Hey, Stu, we just talked about it, and Danny touched on it. Just the communication that goes on. We see a lot of it in the National Football League. Just take us through what goes on when you're down talking to the coaches on the bench. Who are you hooked up with down on the bench?
I'm hooked up with John Torchetti, and majority of the time I'm just overseeing the opposition systems and what's working well for us. It's a chess match out there, and you want to stay one step ahead, and obviously doing that we can make some adjustments and do things accordingly.
How about the impact of Johnny Taves and Pat Kane to your hockey club?
It's incredible. I mean, they're far ahead of schedule than what we expected, and they're just great kids that are taking it all in, and obviously the city of Chicago is excited about it, and so are we.
Well, thanks for joining us. Go get 2 points here in the third.
Thanks, Eddie.
Ryan Stewart, assistant coach, affectionately known as Stewie, the Chicago Blackhawks. He hopes his Hawks and that kid Johnny Taves are ready to roll here in the third period.
There's a good look at Denny Savard.
And a banner that celebrates his brilliant career. Final period of regulation. A great look at the face-off won by Lang and the Hawks as they control it and quickly shoot it into Detroit territory. Franzen will tip it in. Duncan Keith back to fetch. Seabrook helps out Duncan Keith, poking that puck away from Zetterberg, but not cleared. Henrik Zetterberg. Franzen shoots. And off the goalpost, I believe, and deflecting out of play. Goalpost or crossbar, looked like Franzen caught it.
Well, good keeping at the blue line, and there's Zetterberg looking at the net. And tell you what, Danny, if Franzen can shoot the puck right away, he has a little bit more room, but it gives Nikolai Habibulin an opportunity to move from right to left, be able to make that save. You hear the terminology in hockey, one-timer. Zetterberg setting the table, looking for Franzen to be able to one-time that puck without stopping it. A Chicago native, Andy McElman from Crystal Lake, being active on the blue lines as an NHL linesman.
Tuomo Ruutu breaks out of the zone. Pat Kane dumps it in. Datsuk in the wings on the counterattack. Phil pull-up. Keith takes him out along the boards. Phil pull-up, looking to work it in front. Ruutu holding him off. Alteri Phil pull-up. Pass right in the middle, and it's picked off by Taves. Both teams are changing 65 seconds into this third period. The captain, Nick Lidstrom. Andreas Lilia redirected in by Maltby. Draper gets to it first. Drake falls down, and Adam Burish, converged on by two wings, gives to Bork. Bork will reverse for Sopel. Dave Bolin, the Mimco, Ontario native. Taken back over by Lebda. Lebda can't work around Dustin Bufflin. Maltby behind the goal for Draper. Bolin. As two Red Wings collide behind the play. Drake and Draper. As Bork will dump it in. 2 minutes gone in this third period.
A lot of time and possession for the Wings down in the Hawks zone, but Hawks doing a good job defensively, keeping the Wings to the outside. And the Hawks should expect the Wings defensemen to be very active here in the third period.
Jim Vandermeer holds it in, but just for a bit is now Zetterberg on the move. Over the line, but a nice check by Vandermeer with a little flick of the wrist, but Detroit right back over the line. Wrist shot by Rafalski is blocked in front by Hoodler instead of deflected. Marty Lapointe. Tipped by Vandermeer, kept in at the line, redirected. Oh, big save by James Wisniewski. That puck got behind Habby Bolin, but the man nicknamed Wiz comes to his goalie's aid.
Well, Rafalski just risked that puck at the net. People there, sticks there. Habby Bolin was expecting it at eye level, and all of a sudden the thing just dropped right down in behind him.
Detroit still pressuring. Lidstrom. That shot is blocked, and you can tell who blocked it because Burish immediately drops down to the ice. And he's looking for a whistle, and he'll get one.
Well, Brian Rafalski head up, gets it to the net, and Habby Bolin really not sure where it was. Looked like Cleary's stick might have been above the crossbar as far as the height. I'm sure there would have been a review. All goals are reviewed from the War Room in Toronto, along with the video goal judge here, and former Hawk Daniel Cleary.
Is there anything James Wisniewski's not doing lately? 5 points his last 5 games, helping Habby Bolin, pitching.
Dropping the gloves.
Yeah, intermission of the scoreboard. Yeah, dropping the gloves. Thank you. Dave Bolin will dump it in.
Good to see Patrick Sharp back on the ice after that fight with Kopetsky.
Bufflin to Sopel. He felt Drake coming, got rid of it in a hurry, gets it down to Bork.
Sopel's a real good stabilizing effect on Dustin Bufflin.
Bufflin holds it in. Dave Bolin looking for his first NHL goal as Dave Bolin in his 8th game. Bork, nice moves behind the goal. Finally taken away. Kirk Maltby hits Draper in the head with that outlet pass. Bufflin and Maltby bump with one another on the way to the bench. Johnny Taves knocks it loose, and Ruutu will rag it back for Vandermeer. Pass caroms off the leg of Taves, bouncing all around in the neutral zone. It's Jim Vandermeer. Across the line with support. Rolled in, route 2. Overskates it, Nicholas Kronwall. Deflected over the glass in the neutral zone.
Well, the Blackhawks have a variety of affordable ticket plans. Call 312-455-7000 and speak to a team account executive who can assist in finding a plan that meets your budget. Blackhawks. Well, Denny Savard with a heavy heart. His father-in-law, Riel Bedard, makes his home in Montreal, passed away this last week, and certainly everybody from Comcast and the Blackhawk family send our best to Savvy and his wife Mona and daughter Tanya on the passing of his father-in-law. And Savvy will be heading home for the service tomorrow and Tuesday, and we'll meet up with the team in Columbus on Tuesday night. Get ready for the game there on Wednesday.
Wrist shot handled by Abby Bolin. Rebound bounces right back into him, and he didn't have room to drop it off. Well, our accurate recap, this is what has happened in this game.
Early and often for the Hawks, Bobby Lang finds Yannick Perreault, a 1-0 lead, and on a 5-on-3. Williams to Lang to Pat Kane, a 2-0 lead. And then Thomas Kopetsky gets the puck in front of the net. Yuri Hudler, 2-1. And then Johnny Taves on the power play, short side pass, Chris Osgood. 3-1 lead for the Hawks.
5:15 gone in this third period. Brett Lebda. Daniel Cleary. Turns it over, it's Rennie Bork. Shooting it in. Whistle with 14:22 remaining in this third period.
Icing here against the Hawks.
Good look at Dave Bolin, mentioned from Mimco, Ontario. That's Brendan Shanahan's hometown. He got to know Brendan a little bit growing up. He was a big lacrosse player until he got drafted by the Hawks. He had to make a decision, but he's actually coached by Brendan's brother, Dave Shanahan, as a mite. Right up just outside of Toronto, and he has made his presence felt here.
He's been good. He's been good. And I think, too, in the first couple of games, Savvy was using him on the wing. He was playing wing, and we had played that at a lot of different levels, but he's most comfortable being in the middle, and he's done a great job on the penalty kill.
Set up Yannick Perreault for a big goal a few games ago to get his confidence going to Dave Bolin on the forecheck. As here is Detroit's Franzen. Pass intercepted by Kane, and it just bounces over the stick of Samuelson. That allows the Hawks to work it in deep. Kane and Lidstrom go to the boards.
He's got to be careful. They're making those no-look backhand passes, especially when the puck is on edge. Just keep the puck moving ahead. Sometimes less is more, especially in a tight game around those blue lines.
Zetterberg shoot it in, but Detroit is offside with 13:34 to go in the third period. Hawks lead by 2.
So you got those test results back here?
Man, that looks refreshing. Guys, how about a cold Bud Light?
Definitely.
As soon as we finish this.
Okay, guys, in 3.
Good evening. Corporate merger taxes stock market. City Council, Pacific Ocean. Stacy?
Sunny.
Thanks, Stacy. 5-4, 81-60, 17-0. That's it for sports.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Hey, our ratings are in. We're up to 9th place.
Yeah!
This is going to be the event that defines the whole season. Oh, yeah. You got it. Chevy Truck Month.
Most Truck Month offers have been extended into November, including 0% APR financing for 60 months for well-qualified buyers on any 2007 Chevy Tahoe model. And now, every 07 Tahoe comes standard with 1 year of OnStar Safe and Sound, offering 9 services with the push of a button. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today.
Customer loyalty is something you earn and never take for granted. It starts with honesty, trust, and a little common courtesy. Something that, sadly, isn't so common anymore.
Wow. That's what we think. We should hire you.
That'd be sweet.
So, do you like the store?
Yeah.
U.S. Cellular is wireless where you matter most.
before the game tonight, and our ceremonial puck drop, Tom Collinger, president of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers, along with Comcast and the Chicago Blackhawks, making this very special night, and 6 more coming. Home games here at the UC.
I'd like to thank some key individuals for helping tonight's broadcast come together. Technical crew provided by Trio Video, tech manager Mark Harper, Blackhawks front office Jimmy D. Marie, and of course a special thanks to team president Mr. Rocky Wirtz. 13:20 to go. This third period, the Blackhawks leading 3-1. And just joining us, Perone Kane scored in the first. Taves also added one in the second for the Hawks. Yuri Hudler has the lone Detroit goal. Zetterberg picked up an assist on that goal, so now his point streak is a club record, 17 games for Henrik Zetterberg. Draper off the stick of Hudler. Poke check there from Bufflin, sending Lilly and the Red Wings back circling. Shots 25-22, favor of Detroit.
That record stood for 46 years. Normie Ullman was only 14 games. A great player in the National Hockey League. It's a long time, 17 games.
Someone do that in Toronto once? An American kid, maybe from Chicago?
I know Daryl Sibley did it.
Eddie Olczyk and Daryl Sibley.
Yeah, that's about the only thing we have in common, trust me.
Not 10 points in a game, was it?
No. Well, maybe back when I was a peewee.
12:10 to go. Here come the Hawks. Blasted in by Taves. Red Wings, Pavel Datsyuk into the skates of Holmstrom. But Detroit is just offside at the Blackhawk blue line.
Well, a nice little play here by Adam Burris supporting Marty Lapointe. The puck's going to get thrown around the boards. Now stop it right here. The puck is shot here, but look at the support by Adam Burris. If the Hawks turn the puck over, he's in a good defensive posture to be able to come back and help his defense. But he's down below. Instead of being out high, standing out at the blue line, that puck's turned over. All of a sudden, Detroit's got numbers coming the other way. So Adam Burris does a nice job of supporting Marty Lapointe, and the Hawks are moving the puck into the neutral zone.
Pass intercepted. Williams stealing from Kronwall. There's Jason Williams. Good work around Brian Rafalski. Ripped in by Seabrook once again. This is Zetterberg. Seabrook and Keith paired up on defense. Franzen takes it away from Hobby Bull, and Samuelson missing that as he took a swipe at it in front. Zetterberg circling. Franzen. Vandermeer on him. He goes to Chelios. Quick shot, and it's grabbed by Habby Bullet.
They talked about the defense getting active for the Red Wings. And that last save by Hobby Bull, and nobody standing in front for the Red Wings, and an easy save for the Hawk goaltender.
Face off. Jimmy Vandermeer and the Hawks possess Marty Lapointe. He has quietly had a solid game for the Hawks. Marty Lapointe could have had a couple of assists.
Oh, he's played really well.
Burrish loses his balance. And Cleary, and the Red Wings are again offside. Well, goaltender Nikolai Habibulin, he has been solid guarding the Blackhawks goal tonight. Patty Lalime, though, was playing so well coming into this game, having won 2 straight with better numbers than Nikolai Habibulin. It looks like it's the right decision now, but when you heard that Habibulin was getting the start, were you a little surprised?
I don't believe I was surprised, because I knew the Hawks, in winning the 2 previous games against the Red Wings, Danny, against Detroit, Habibulin was in goals. I think that was the first thing. And Savvy looks at career numbers. He takes a lot of things into account. But Patrick Lalime certainly has played well when he's been given the opportunity. And you'd like to have that luxury of having 2 very good goaltenders. And look, if the Blackhawks are going to stay where they are and continue on, Nikolai Habibulin has to be this good all the time. And he has the capabilities of doing that. So, answering your question long-winded, I wasn't. But I talked to Savvy about it, and he had made his decision even before the game the other night against St. Louis that regardless of what happened, that Patrick Lalime was going to be the backup and Nikolai Habibulin was going to start here tonight.
Back-to-back situations on the road later this week.
Yeah, for sure. That gets split up for sure there.
9:50 to go. Brent Sopel chips it towards the goal, bouncing in on Osgood, and he'll cover it up for a face-off. Beautiful downtown Chicago. 9:44 to go in the third period. Hawks lead by 2.
Blackhawk home games on Comcast Sportsnet are brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Not thinking about the unexpected? Fortunately, Chevy has. In a crash, your car can automatically send a signal to OnStar for help even if you can't. It's just one of 9 OnStar services standard for 1 year on the 2008 Impala. So if you thought you knew Chevy, think again. Qualified lessees can get a low-mileage lease on this 08 Chevy Impala LT for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details.
Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today.
Four Seasons, the largest family-owned and operated heating and air conditioning contractor, has simple goals: provide exceptional service at the best possible price and offer products that leave you nothing but satisfied. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
Chicagoans love their pizza. That's why you come to Giordano's, some for 30 years now. We use only the finest ingredients to make Giordano's famous stuffed pizza, our equally famous thin crust pizza, plus salads, pastas, sandwiches, and more. Come on into Giordano's and celebrate 30 great years with us. Giordano's famous stuffed pizza. We made it good, you made it famous.
McDonald's Sports Rise every morning only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Welcome back to the United Center. Hawks leading the Red Wings 3-1. 1 goal each from Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews. Brent Seabrook is the leader of the defense. He's only a couple of years older, but he says playing with these young kids is giving him young legs as well.
It's weird. I mean, you know, Savvy calls them the kids, and with Boland in there too, he's a young guy as well. And you know, we're still kids too, right? So it's sort of different. But I mean, they're the same age as my little brother, so it's sort of weird. I live with my brother in the summer, and living with Jonathan and hanging out with Kaner is you know, it's nothing out of the ordinary. So it's pretty cool. It's you know, they're great kids. You know, all 3 of those guys are awesome, and you know, it's just it's fun to watch them.
And Brent Seabrook gets to see it up close because he and Jonathan Toews currently live together, guys.
Good stuff, Josh. Williams trying to center it by everyone, and that puck will trickle all the way in towards Nikolai Habibulin's crease.
I wonder who's cooking and who's doing the laundry. I know who gets the clicker.
That's a good
the elder skatesman. Yeah, you get the ordering in as well, but you can't do that all the time, can you?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, really? What? Oh, you got some fine restaurants in this town.
Red Wings have it. Bronson along the perimeter. Here is Samuelson. Rafalski, the wrist shot, and Habibulin out to the top of the crease to make that save. There's Brent Sopel off the stick of Kane. Just bouncing softly into Detroit ice, so there is no icing.
Yeah, Brian Rafalski recognizing that Pat Kane was kind of watching Samuelson along those right wing boards and found a soft little hole and got a good opportunity.
Penalty behind the play, but here is a sampling of Brent Sopel wired for sound.
If you see 2 of us here, take a look over. Then you didn't have to work that hard because that guy was 6 feet beside you, so you can just come in. Well, yeah, he's a late guy. He's coming here. Buff's taking that guy. This guy's with there, and you just hold right there instead of. Gotcha. Thanks, buddy.
A little bit of teaching going on by the veteran Brent Sopel. Tuomo Ruutu in the box for slashing. How about the crowd tonight? 19,045. Had a great crowd the other night. I was here taking it in as a fan. There's a nice little buzz going on here at the United Center.
How big a difference does it make as a player when you have 10,000 people in the building versus 19 plus?
Takes your adrenaline to another level. The excitement level and the appreciation. And bottom line, it's entertainment. There's Rocky Wirtz.
Liking the results so far with a little over 8 minutes to go. Now Detroit on the power play.
Holmstrom's been real quiet here. Keep an eye on him.
He's right in front. He might have got a piece of that shot from the point that hit the post.
He has the ability when he stands in front of the net, just like a big man in basketball, just pushing off in front of the net.
Close to 50% of his goals in his NHL career have come on the power play.
I don't think they're total more than 3 feet. They don't ask how, Danny, just ask how many.
Rafalski to Zetterberg. Forced back, good coverage from Keith and Bork. Datsuk again. Rafalski, the one-timer, and Habby Bolin with Holmstrom perched in his doorstep, making the save. More importantly, doesn't allow a rebound.
Well, the anticipation by Habby Bolin, not worrying about his defenseman Brent Sopel in front of the net and Tomas Holmstrom. But Datsuk to Rafalski, there's that one-timer, but the quickness and the agility. And before that, Datsuk walks out of the corner, and I think you're right, Danny, that did go off of Holmstrom, right off the post in behind Habby Bolin.
Red Wings power play continues. Good thing Cronwall fan of that shot as he had some room. 52 seconds to go.
Good recognition there by Bolin and Seabrook, knowing that Samuelsson was really in a tough spot. The puck was bouncing. He wasn't able to handle, and that's one of the signs that you want to be able to take in when it's time to pressure when you're shorthanded.
Still shorthanded for another 30 seconds. Lidstrom's blast is blocked. Nick Lidstrom has it again.
That was Seabrook.
Cronwall puts it wide. Samuelsson. Yuri Hudler. Lidstrom. Cronwall fires. And it's a kick save there from Jimmy Vandermeer, who dropped down to his knees. Power play is over. Route 2 out of the box. Lidstrom shot, scores! Even strength goal. Nick Lidstrom brings Detroit to within 1.
Well, Daniel Cleary standing right in front of Nikolai Habby Bolin. Hudler gets it back. Look at the fake shot. Bolin goes down, and a quick little wrist shot that beats Nikolai Habby Bolin. Gets a pat on the back from equipment manager Paul Boyer. Cleary was right there, and I don't know if that puck, I think it was just one of those sinking type of shots by Lidstrom, Danny, and I agree with it. I think Lidstrom got that. I don't think it was deflected. Habby Bolin never saw it.
You don't see Nick Lidstrom take that big ceiling scraper slap shot. Well, she puts it on goal. He picks up a lot of points on the way to his Hall of Fame career. Yes, it is Nick Lidstrom. Is Phil Pula denied? Phil Pula again. Chris Chelios. Inadvertently blocked by Phil Pula. Hudler picking up the assist on Lidstrom's second goal of the season, but it is his 15th point. Johnny Taves shoots it in. Johnny Taves rolls it back for Buffalo. Perreault tipping it in. Brett Levda. Rafalski to Datsuk. Couple head fakes to gain entry. Backdoor, just missing Zetterberg cutting. Lang jars it loose. Dustin Buffalo. Pressure, and he gets rid of it. Bouncing puck settled down by Williams. Wrist shot, oh, and he almost beat Osgood short side. Brian Rafalski. coming to center, handing through to Datsuk. He guns it in wide of Javi Boulin's goal. Bufflin the big hit on Holmstrom. It's Dustin Bufflin. A battle of wills there between Datsuk. Zetterberg fanning on the pass. Gets it back to Zetterberg, but it's intercepted by Bufflin, and Perreault will clear. 4:20 to go.
Hawks need a change here. Danny Sokol and Bufflin, they're out of gas. Detroit's got some fresh players on the ice up front.
Cleary was cutting to the net. That pass was redirected before he could get to it. Daniel Cleary. That wrist shot flung over the crossbar.
Need a whistle.
Pudler had the opportunity, and they don't get a whistle, but they get the puck out. Now Bourque needs to get it in deep, and he does. Bourque finishes off his check. Cleary pounding it back to Rafalski. Pudler missing that pass.
Could be icing.
And it is, as Dave Bolin touches it. 3:36 to go. Hawks lead by 1.
Oh, nice place. I'll get us some Bud Lights. I'll take the stairs. I forgot the glasses.
That's pretty funny.
Not bad. Watch this. I'll take the escalator.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
I'll go down and get dinner.
Every night, only one show brings you closer to the teams that matter most. Land Rover Sports Night on Comcast Sportsnet. Highlights of the games you care about. Breaking news that has Chicago talking. Interviews with the biggest names. And the time to tell in-depth stories. If you're a fan of Chicago sports, then this is your show. Land Rover Sports Night. Tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
U.S. Cellular text message poll results. Do you think this year's Hall of Fame class is the best ever? It's a close one, but 54% say yes. .336 to go in this final period of regulation.
In 2001, we gave a whole bunch earlier. And back in 04, Bourque, Coffey, Murphy. 2001, we didn't have on there, but Fetisov, Gartner, Howard, Chuck, and Curry.
Some finishers, some starters.
Literally the last one, a finisher. Jari Curry from Finland.
Oh, God.
What?
That's
He's a Finnish guy. Jari Curry. Wow. Another thing, too, the league is certainly talking about it, but they can't have games when you have the induction tomorrow night in Toronto. That's got to be solely on its own, and I think the league's certainly going to look into that.
Not a bad call. You don't want to take away those people's limelight.
Doesn't matter, yeah, it doesn't matter. But congratulations to all 4 players and Jim Gregory as well.
Dave Bolin trying to center as Nick Lidstrom down to block the pass. You're going to be there tomorrow in Toronto for Ron Francis.
Yeah. Real honor.
I'd say 2 days. You're going to leave tomorrow.
Get back the next day and get to Columbus on Wednesday.
And that's action. Here on Comcast Sportsnet, Pavel Datsuk. So good protecting the puck for a little guy. Along the perimeter. Sharp had it for a bit, and then he forces Datsuk to take it back outside the zone. Rafalski over the line. Datsuk again. Taves, great defensive play. Knocks it off the stick of Datsuk. Bourque will dump it in. Here's Johnny Taves, centering. Kane shoots! Robbery, Chris Osgood on Pat Kane.
Well, Rennie Bourque does a heck of a job of getting the puck in deep, and look at the support. Unfortunately for Pat Kane, puck was rolling, but Johnny Taves throws it over. You see the puck on edge, and that's why he's not able to really elevate the puck. Did a heck of a job to get the stick on it. And a good save by Osgood.
Draper held off. That's with the center with 2:20 to go in regulation. It's a 3-2 Blackhawk lead. Chelios. Samuelson. Wrist shot blocked by Lang. Kane will clear. Samuelson right back over the line. Back pressure from Lang allows Vandermeer to move it out. Chelios to Franzen. Wrist shot, big rebound, and Filppula couldn't get the shot off. Filppula to the point, chopped at wide by Rafalski. Osgood still in the net with 1:40 to go in regulation. Valtteri Filppula. Out to Rafalski. Lidstrom. Rafalski. Firing. Lang blocks it. Perreault chips it ahead. And it's Williams on the attack. Perreault had his stick lifted by Brian Rafalski. 70 seconds to go. Osgood going to the bench for the extra skater. Zetterberg, 1 minute. Pass is tipped by Sopel, and Sharp shoots it into the bench area.
The faceoff will come all the way down. Patrick Louim throws it to a young, lucky Blackhawk fan. And nice job by Patty. Timeout coming here, Detroit. Denny Savard's got the dry erase board out, not the chalkboard anymore. Well, what an exciting night here tonight at the UC, and glad to bring it to you right here on Comcast Sportsnet. The Blackhawks have a variety of affordable ticket plans. Call 312-455-7000 and speak to a team account executive who can assist in finding a plan that meets your budget. 312-455-7000. All types of ticket plans. So communication becomes so important. The responsibilities for the Hawks, what happens if we win it, what happens if we lose it. You look and see who the coach puts out there in a defensive position. Sopel and Keith. You got Sharp on the draw with Taves and Burrish.
Sharp against Zetterberg, fights to win it. Empty net for Sopel. To Burrish. Burrish diving, just pokes it wide. 45 seconds to go. Keith pounds it in deep once again. Last kick at the can for the Red Wings with their goaltender off. Zetterberg goes to the wall with Keith. Pudler to the point. Lidstrom. A quick shot, and it's blocked in front by Sopel. 20 seconds left. Golf wide by Rafalski. Sopel gets the clear. Datsuk long drive off the pad of Hobby Bolin. And yes, you can make it 3 straight for Denny Savard's Blackhawks. What a night for the Blackhawks and their fans, 19,000 strong. They do not leave home disappointed.
Special 18 goals, couple power play goals, both by the youngster, one by Kane, one by Taves. Great goaltending by Nikolai Hobby-Bolin. When you play against a team like Detroit, you need that. And Nikolai Hobby-Bolin bouncing back after a couple rough outings.
Well, tonight's Toyota moving forward play of the game. Johnny Taves, a power play goal that gave the Hawks a 3-1 lead. Williams and Kane picking up the assist as he buried.
One star of the game with 1 goal and 1 assist. Number 88, Patrick Kane. Blackhawks fans, 3 stars. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch.
Mr. Wertz watching the young kids being congratulated. Night 1 of home television. It's early, but I guess you could say things went pretty well, Edzo.
Slam dunk. Slam dunk.
Well, Josh Moore is standing by with one of the Blackhawks.
All right, Jonathan Taves, the number 2 star of the game, and how about that? 3 out of 3 over to Detroit when they've only lost 4 games all year.
Yeah, it's huge for us. I mean, you know, they got a lot of great players in their role, and so I mean, we try just not to be intimidated by that, and just go out there and play our game. And we started out hard, and you know, through 60 minutes, so we did what we had to win.
Your goal holds up as the game winner. It's a very similar goal to the one you scored against Columbus. You're going to be known as a guy with a pretty dangerous wrist shot. Take us through it.
Yeah, you know, I guess it's just an instinct for me to shoot there sometimes. So, you know, I guess if goalies are watching, they're going to figure it out pretty quick. So I got to obviously, when you shoot the puck, it's bound to go in. And I had a few good chances tonight, but it's nice to put one away once in a while.
It's 3 out of 4 on this homestand, 4 out of 5 overall, all within the division. What does that do in addition to beating Detroit all 3 times you've played them for you guys going forward?
I mean, I think it just shows how competitive we are, and you know, tonight we want to do it for our fans. We want to do it for the city, and most of all for each other in the locker room. And you know, I think we showed a lot of character tonight. And you know, just holding off a team like this, it's tough to play with a lead, and they put a lot of pressure on us. But we played well, every guy in that locker room. So we got to be proud of that and keep moving forward.
Last question. You told me that you got chills when you played Detroit. The first, you didn't even play in the game. Yeah. You had a full house. You had the full house tonight, and you were on the ice. How did it feel?
It was awesome. Yeah, I know. I like the old tradition of the cheering during the national anthem. You know, if I'm not awake by that time, it gets me going pretty good. So, but yeah, it was fun. It was a great atmosphere tonight.
All right, 17 games in, he's already a Blackhawk through and through. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Okay, Jonathan Taves. The Blackhawks now take things on the road starting on Wednesday, guys.
Thanks a lot, Josh. 3 straight wins for the Blackhawks. They've won 5 out of their last 6 games. They'll try and make it 4 straight. Wednesday night from Columbus, Ohio. Puck drop is set for 6 Central. All the action right here on Comcast Sportsnet. For Eddie Olczyk, Josh Mora, Carrie Sayers, and our dedicated Comcast Sportsnet crew, I'm Dan Kelly. Thanks for checking out the greatest game in the world in Chicago Blackhawk hockey. Stick around for the Crown Royal Blackhawks postgame live with Jim Blaney and Steve Conroy. The proceeding has been an exclusive presentation of Comcast Sportsnet. Good night from the United Center.
Crown Royal on the rocks.
Jealousy.
The GMC Sierra not only gets better fuel economy than Ford or Toyota, Sierra also holds its value better and has a better warranty. In thinking ahead, we left Ford and Toyota behind. The all-new, redesigned GMC Sierra. Just announced, get 0% APR for 60 months on an all-new 07 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab. That's $62.73 in average finance savings. For more information, visit gmcdrive.com.
You're filming or what?
Oh, yeah!
Man, that shot hurt.
Hey, Langer, when we get home, we're gonna be on TV.
That's great. My house is a mess, though. Whoa, Steves, I was watching that.
Been watching that long enough.
Come on, we always get to watch.
You guys can't figure out what to watch over here. You can always watch my goal against Colorado. I'll give it up. Is that right?
Exceptional cardiac expertise, advanced surgical techniques and diagnostics, including minimally invasive heart procedures, Teams of expert doctors who develop an individualized treatment plan just for you. Access to the latest breakthroughs to help even complex heart conditions. Top ranked in Illinois for heart and heart surgery. The University of Chicago Medical Center, at the forefront of medicine. Call or visit online.
Welcome to Crown Royal Blackhawks postgame live here on Comcast Sportsnet. The Blackhawks with a huge win tonight at home over the Detroit Red Wings. The final score, 3-2. Jim Blaney along with Steve Conroy. And you know what? You do something 3 times in a season, as in beat the Detroit Red Wings. I think the Blackhawks have served notice that they are a team to be reckoned with in the Central Division. That being said, Steve, they still have to pile up more wins, build on what they have. But if you just take a snapshot of where the Blackhawks are at this particular point in the season, I think Dennis Savard and Blackhawk fans have to be very pleased.
I tell you what, what's not to be pleased about? You know, they had some things to address. Remember, they lost 3 in a row here at home. They wanted to get better at home. They've done that. They've beaten the cream of the crop here in Detroit. They've had very good starts against Columbus and St. Louis. Goaltending's been outstanding. Special teams, which I thought was going to be real important tonight, was, and they won that battle, and they end up winning the game.
All right, let's bring in Eddie Olchuk for a little discussion post-game. And Eddie, again, you look at it from a coach's perspective, I think probably the biggest challenge Dennis Savard has right now is just making sure guys don't get too up after this one and they realize, you know what, you have to prepare the same way for every game, and next up on the calendar is a road game at Columbus. But you got to enjoy this a little, don't you?
Absolutely, and I think with the excitement with Purdy down near a sellout here, the great crowd on Friday night, in the win against the St. Louis Blues, and knowing that the Hawks are heading off on their 6-game road trip, it was important to really get off on the road on a real good note. And you know, what a performance all the way through. Nikolai Hobby-Bulin in goal. You know, the penalty killing did an outstanding job. The power play chipped in. The defenseman did an outstanding job of really taking away time and space. And when Detroit did have puck possession, for the most part, it was to the outside. They had their chances. You have great players like Zetterberg and Datsuk, Lidstrom and Falski. They're going to get their chances. And the forwards, again, playing physical. And that's the one thing that Savvy talked about, is trying to take away time and space. And let's play 200 feet away from Nikolai Hobby-Bulin and all the way through. I thought Marty Lapointe had a strong game. He set up a couple guys. He set up Burris for a breakaway in the first period. He set up Samsonov in the second period. I thought he had a real strong game. So all the way through, contributions, and what a night. Home TV, a big win against the arch rivals, Detroit Red Wings, and now the Hawks head out on the road for a 6-game road trip.
Eddie, there's a lot of great performances out there. You talked about a couple of them, especially on the back end, and I was keying on the defensemen tonight, and I look at a guy like Brent Sopel or Jim Vandermeer, Dustin Byfuglien. Can you talk about the way those guys played tonight?
Well, again, I think it's just confidence in the maturation process that goes on when you're given a responsibility to play and play defense in our National Hockey League. And you know, the Blackhawks during training camp, I mean, Dale Talon went out and picked up Carl Pilash on waivers. He signed Brent Sopel to a free agent contract. He was in Detroit's tryout camp. And then Dustin Byfuglien had the injury. So all of a sudden now, you know, you get 2 of those 3 guys that are here playing in your top 6. Andre Zuzin still hurt. And this is all without Marty Havlat as well. I had a chance to talk to Marty this morning. He's feeling better. He's still probably a good couple solid weeks away from getting back and has to pass some tests for his shoulder. So, I mean, everything is looking up, but the defensemen are playing with a lot of confidence and just, you know, really taking what is given. If they have an opportunity to be aggressive offensively, they're certainly doing that. But again, if you're going to win in this league, you got to play real strong defense. And right now, the Blackhawk defensemen are playing really at the highest pinnacle that they've played as a unit all season long, and just gaining that strength night in and night out. And we knew they were playing well early in the year on the road, and they had to turn around at home. They've certainly done that the last 3 games.
Eddie, now this is the point where we normally tell you to have a safe trip back to Chicago, but we're in Chicago. I'm just going to say
isn't it beautiful?
Drive carefully
Yes,
back
I will.
to the ends of the state, okay?
I'm going to jump onto Kennedy and bumper-to-bumper traffic, but you know what? I can't wait to listen to Troy Murray and have all the happy Hawk fans calling up on the score and talking about what a great night, and hopefully all the people that couldn't be here to tune in on television. But I do want to say a quick hello and a good night to Alan Fajera, former policeman for the Chicago Police Department for 28 years. He's a big Hawk fan. He's a big sports fan. I had a chance to see him and his wife Karen today, so they're going to sleep real easy at the Fajero home tonight, and I look forward to talking to Alan. If you guys need any stats, call Alan because he knows everything, that's for sure.
Eddie, thank you so much.
All right, boys, great job. Nice to have you here. Nice to be here for a home game.
Exactly, especially when you get a win, and the Blackhawks do so tonight 3-2 over the Detroit Red Wings. And as Eddie and you talked about, Steve, just a game that I like to say in the reverse way, no passengers. I mean, everybody who was out there on the ice, contributed and did the job, and the Blackhawks get out of here with a victory. And again, it's just amazing to me the way if guys do a bunch of little things, get the puck out of the zone, make the smart pass, it all adds up.
You know what I'm seeing right now, and this is a key of any team that's going to be a championship team. They're starting to trust each other. It's not like everyone's got to do the job by themselves. We're looking for goals and somebody's got to do it all by themselves. Guys are trusting themselves to do their own job, and they're doing the little things. All four lines are contributing. Both goaltenders are contributing. Just think of this. Patrick Leen, the backup, is 4-1 right now. 4 wins and a loss. So it's everybody, but I like the fact that the team realizes that, hey, if they do their job, they can trust each other, and by the end of 60 minutes, they should be on top.
Let's get a look at the highlights from this one. And going back to the first period, the Blackhawks actually got off to a bit of a rough start. They committed a penalty early, had to kill that off. They did so, and the Wings had the momentum in the game until the Blackhawks got their first power play. Didn't score on it, but then Yannick Perreault with a bouncing puck bats it about 6 inches off the ice, and he knocks this thing by Chris Osgood.
Great eye-hand coordination. Robert Lang with a strong move here, going to the net. The rebound comes right out front to Perreault. He slams it home for the lead.
Well, and later in the period, the Blackhawks get a 5-on-3. Nick Lidstrom in the box and Maltby in the box, and then Andreas Lilja breaks his stick, so the Blackhawks have the Wings somewhat at their mercy, and they cash in on a golden opportunity.
Great feather pass here from Robert Lang, his second assist on the night, just the 2 goals scored. And well, Patrick Kane, what can you say about him? An easy goal for him, but he's been a finisher. Ended up with another assist later in the game. The youngsters played well, the old guys played well, everyone contributing.
So the Blackhawks had a 2-0 lead at the end of one period of play. We go to the second, and the Red Wings got back in the game. There was no scoring until the latter part of the period when Jiri Hudler is just going to find one out of the doorstep. He got free and knocked it by Nikolai Habibulin.
And I believe that was Kopechki coming out front, going to the back end. Very similar to the Lang goal, but here's that power play goal. Great work along the boards by Kane, getting it up to Williams. There's a perfect pass, and look at that rocket. That is just great wrist strength over the shoulder of Chris Osgood, and he was about 20 feet away.
Nick Lidstrom would score midway through the third period to get Detroit to within 1, but that is how it would end as the Blackhawks win it over the Red Wings tonight by a final score of 3-2. Now, the Red Wings, at least as far as shots on goal were concerned, they picked up momentum as the game went on. The Blackhawks outshot the Wings through the end of periods 1 and 2, but then the Wings end out shooting the Blackhawks by 5. Look at the faceoffs. This is something we talked about a lot in the recent year or so, where the Blackhawks would usually get aced out in the faceoff circle. They win the faceoff battle against the Red Wings, but really the key, and we talked about it before the game, Steve, you need to make the special teams less special. Well, the Hawks did do that when they were penalty killing, but they made the special teams special when they had a man advantage scoring 2 power play goals.
Yeah, there's just so much confidence with that puck now. And that's what the power play is all about. It's easy to pass it around the perimeter on a power play, but when you put it in an area where the guy wants it, and where Jonathan Toews ended up with it and he could shoot it right away, that's the difference between a good power play and a great power play. And right now, the Blackhawks have a great power play.
More to come as we continue on Crown Royal Blackhawks postgame live. When we come back, among the other things we will do, we will hear from Blackhawks head coach Dennis Savard as the Blackhawks win tonight at the United Center, 3-2 final over Detroit.
Sometimes one more is one too many. Please drink responsibly.
The classic suit for the modern man at Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Hi, is there anything
Hey, what's that mean? Our goal is the best network here.
Oh, well, the best network means uninterrupted service.
It's quite a goal, right?
Yes, well, for uninterrupted service, our cell tower engineers...
They sound important.
Yes, well, they really know their areas. Many of...
Yeah, the engineers.
Yes, they live in the
They
area.
live in the area,
helps
so that's
them,
smart.
helps
Smart,
to
so smart.
give you uninterrupted service.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah.
I like that.
U.S. Cellular is wireless where you matter most.
Join the post-game party on Comcast Sportsnet as I break down every Bears game with former Bears Dan Jiggets, Jerry Azuma, and Jim Miller. We'll bring you the Bears press conferences after every game, and William Jackson is live outside the Bears locker room with player reaction. Plus, Jerry Azuma gives out his coveted Jerry's GQ Award to the best dressed Bear. Trust me, you don't want to miss U.S. Cellular Bears post-game live after every game, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
They're the teams you live for, the players you cheer for, and the events that make you stop everything. Whatever side you're on, whatever captures your interest most, there's one common bond that unites us all. We all share a passion for Chicago sports. That's why fans like you need a television home devoted solely to you. The games, the news, the analysis, and everything else you desire. It's all right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Sit, watch. You're watching the home of the Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, and White Sox. Comcast Sportsnet.
Blackhawks beat Detroit tonight, 3-2 the final score. Head coach Dennis Savard chatting with the media right now.
How big was that?
Well, I'm happy for our fans. I'm happy for our players, and happy for the people that were here. I think they saw an exciting game, and I'm sure that people at home also saw an exciting game. So, so we like to have them aboard with us and come on down because it's fun.
Dennis, what's the difference between playing Detroit now this year compared to years past where they dominated you now season title?
Well, as I said, we're a much better team. Our depth is better, than we ever had here in a long time, and we're going to continue to focus on things that get us the results at the end of the day, and that's competing. No matter who we play, we've got outstanding efforts from everybody, and starting with Habby. Yeah, special teams again came through. I thought their power play has been awesome, and our penalty killing has been, real good for us. Scored a lot of short-handed goals for us, and it's a tough team to kill against. They're going to get chances, but our PK and our PP were outstanding.
Sabby, at the beginning of the week, there was so much focus on turning things around at home, and you've come out of the gates, the team has come out of the gates strong, all three of the first periods this week. How much has that contributed to the success here this week?
Well, that's very important, especially going on a road trip for 6 games. I think we gave our fans a good taste to come back and see us when we get back. But first and foremost, I think our confidence level has continued to grow here, and you could see it. I mean, I could see it on the bench. I could see it in the games and practices, the feeling in the locker room. Right now our group's confident. I think they got to stay respectful because, it's not what you did for me yesterday. It's what you're going to do for me tomorrow.
Talk about next play. You signed for 2 games, and then talk started with things we're talking about.
Yeah, he was outstanding, and I felt that he was, as I said this week, he had great practices, and and then I told you guys that, he hasn't played bad. Nick has been pretty good, and tonight was better than pretty good. I mean, he was outstanding. So, kept us in the game. I mean, at the same time, Osgood made some good saves too. So it was a good up and down hockey game, exciting, and we'll move on.
Any reason why you seem to match up well against this team? I mean, they've been one of the best in the league. They just won 9 in a row, and you beat them 3 times.
Yeah, it's tough to match up against them. They're the best team in the league. They've got some great players, and when you have a Datsuk, a Zetterberg, a Lidstrom, with some veterans in Chelly in there, they're not going to go through too many losses in a row. So, we knew they were going to come ready. We were ready for them. And then, again, at the start of the game, Abby made some huge saves. We got in penalty trouble a bit. And, But we kept our focus and continue to stay with the game plan, and that's the key. The game plan's got to stick with it no matter what the situation you be facing. Yeah, just nothing serious at all. Just his knee's a little sore, but nothing that, none that I know of. I know I was aware of it, when he went down on one shot there, but it was nothing serious at all. Just went in.
So the Blackhawks, by the numbers tonight, they were 7 for 7 on the penalty kill, Steve, against a team that number one, you don't want to be shorthanded that many times against. So in a way, the Blackhawks dodged a bullet there, but they did an effective job of killing off the penalties. Detroit did score once right after a penalty expired, but if you go shorthanded that many times with the Red Wings, you certainly don't expect to have the results you did, except for the fact the Blackhawks penalty kill, especially at home, has really improved over the course of the last 3 or 4 games.
And I'll tell you, part of the reason they've improved is they're so quick. And I mean, the top 2 killers, I think, right now are Patrick Sharp and Rennie Bork, and they were here last year, but they both have great speed. Then you throw out a guy like Burish and Bolin. Both of those guys are deceptively quick. They put pressure on the other team, so they don't make making your zone an easy thing. And as a result, too, they end up getting some chances. One thing Savvy talked about, and I talked to Paul McLean, he's an assistant coach with the Detroit Red Wings, and I said, what's the difference between this year and last? And he goes, oh, it's your depth. He said, last year you guys would take 5 or 6 chances before he scored a goal. Now it's 1 or 2 chances, and we know you guys are going to score.
All right, when we come back after this timeout, we will hear from Patrick Kane. Had another multi-point game in the game tonight with a goal and an assist. The Blackhawks win it 3-2 over the Red Wings. More to come from the United Center after this timeout.
A Toyota? Get in. Toyota? Get in.
The Toyota Tundra is changing a lot of minds. Get yours with 0% APR financing or up to $4,000 cash back. Find out more at whytundra.com.
K&G wants you to look your best this holiday season. So right now, you'll find select men's suits, 2 for just $150, and select designer label suits, 2 for just $300. Celebrate in style with K&G. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less. K&G wants you to look your best this holiday season. So right now, you'll find select lady suits, 2 for just $90, and select designer label suits, 2 for just $180. Celebrate in style with K&G. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less.
The 21 Little Debbie car all over the track today.
Ken Schrader? Is that you?
Maybe.
But who's driving the car?
Oh my goodness, the Little Debbie car is heading the wrong way.
Of course you're anxious. You're entering a whole new phase of your life.
If you say old age.
No, the retirement red zone.
You're making that up.
Well, that's what Prudential calls the 5 years before and after you retire. Look it up.
Retirement red zone, huh? You know what they should call it?
What?
The can't afford to mess up now zone.
Always half empty. How about the big chance to get it right zone?
Are you in the zone? The retirement red zone from Prudential. Get retirement right.
Blackhawks beat Detroit 3-2 to finish off the set of home games before they head out on the road for the circus. And after the game, Patrick Kane talked with the press.
Yeah, it don't get much easier than that, I guess. Willie went down to Langer, and he just took his time and fed me a nice saucer pass over, and I just had to tap it in. So I'll take those any day of the week.
You had all these ex-Red Wings finding you guys tonight. Are they giving you guys their secrets? You got their number this year.
Yeah, I know. It's good. I mean, you know, they're the best team in the league, and when we can come out and get 3 straight wins against them, they're a good team. So that gives us some confidence, I think, and we're going to take that in the road trip.
Not just power play, but penalty kill was huge for you guys tonight. Certainly a difference maker.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see the skill they have out there with their players, and if we can kill them off, that's kudos to our penalty kill. And we've been taking pride in special teams this year, and it seemed to pay off. Our power play is getting better every day, it seems, and the penalty kill is continuing to do its job.
Knowing this team does not do well on the road trip, how significant was this win to take it on the road trip?
Yeah, we came into the game with the mind that this was our first road game, and we wanted to start it off good. So it's good to get a win, especially against a team like that in a good rivalry. And with the fans here, it might have been, it was the biggest game of the year up to date with TV, the fans coming in, and we want to keep this thing rolling.
If you're using the wings as a measuring stick, you guys have to feel pretty good about the way you're playing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with the success they've had against the rest of the league, and if we can, we're 3-0 against them this year, so that definitely gives us some confidence, and we know we have the talent in here and the work ethic to do it, so we just got to put it all together and keep it rolling.
When you're on the ice, do you notice the atmosphere when there's almost 20,000 people in the building going nuts?
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot more fun to play in front of a big crowd for sure. I get more excited coming out and looking, and even warm-ups was full today, so it's fun to see, and hopefully there will be more of it.
Standing O coming off the ice too. I'm sure you guys, the last minute of the game.
Yeah, that's that was awesome. That just makes you get excited for what's to come and what's in the future for this team.
Thanks very much.
And the upcoming schedule for the Blackhawks, actually 6 road games for the trip, split into 2 parts, at Columbus, at Nashville, at Detroit, then a little break, and then Thanksgiving. They go to Calgary, Edmonton, and Vancouver. And in the standings, Steve, right now, as the Blackhawks sit, they are 4th in the Western Conference. They've got momentum. They're beating divisional opponents. They have everything going in the right direction as they head out for what traditionally is a difficult time of the year for them.
You mean if the season ended today, we'd have home ice advantage in the first round?
Game 1 would be here in Chicago.
Well, here's the other thing. Imagine if we were matched up against Detroit and we played them in a 4-game series. Right now, we'd be up 3-0 because we beat them the 3 times. We're getting way ahead of ourselves, but
yeah,
I'll tell you what, you got to be happy with the way your team's playing. And aside from the fact, we really didn't mention, a couple of games ago, Kevin Adams went down with a torn ACL. He'll probably be lost for the rest of the season. A huge part of this team. They'll miss his leadership, but they're still getting the job done. And it's great to see. People are buying into it. I'm talking about the players right now, and they're being rewarded with further efforts.
So the final score tonight, Blackhawks beat the Red Wings 3-2. The Hawks are undefeated against the Red Wings this year. For Steve Conroy, I am Jim Blaney. Thanks for joining us. Bears Postgame Live is coming up next on Comcast Sportsnet.
Front row on the rocks.
Jealousy.
Buy all your Christmas gifts and they will all ship for only $2.95. That's $2.95 flat rate shipping for everything. Log on, save, and live better with Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
Wednesday, Jonathan Taves leads the way for the Blackhawks as they square off with the Blue Jackets in Columbus, followed by Crown Royal Blackhawks postgame live. Blackhawks Blue Jackets, Wednesday night at 6 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Geico sponsors Mike's Race Car because they insure everything race car fans love. RVs, motorcycles, ATVs. Tell you one thing they can insure them. Lauren Wallace. Because Lauren Wallace is made of lightning. Those guys are like, hey, where's Lauren? He was just here a minute ago. I'm 100 miles away, son. Ready to strike.
Geico, saving you money on insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
Roll stability control.
cornering brake control, patented terrain response. Despite the probability that you won't, the LR2 is designed for the possibility that you will. The all-new 2008 Land Rover LR2, starting at $34,700. Visit your local Land Rover center.
Well, this game won't be sent to NFL Films for replay anytime soon, but the Bears will take it. They take it 17-6. Rex Grossman takes over for the injured Brian Greasy with just over 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Hooks up with Bernard Berry, a 59-yard touchdown pass. Bears go to 4-5 on the year. Ced Benson doesn't go over 100 yards on the ground, but carries the rock 29 times, 76 yards, and a
In Sweet Home Chicago is the place to be tonight. Blackhawks hockey tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. It's the Detroit Red Wings against the Chicago Blackhawks. Welcome to Chevy Pregame Live. I'm Jim Blaney along with Steve Conroy. We have a lot to get to tonight, but right now, the Blackhawks are taking the ice for their pregame warm-up. Blaney along with Steve Conroy. Steve, a lot of things going on tonight. Historic because the Blackhawks on TV in their home arena tonight. It begins a brand new era of Blackhawk hockey. We'll talk a lot about that as we go along. But as far as the game is concerned, division game against an arch rival, against the best team in the Western Conference, the Blackhawks on a roll and getting ready to go out on a road trip. So a huge game for the Blackhawks tonight.
Well, there's certainly a lot of energy here at the United Center. You can feel it. I think the players know it too. They talked about it to a man this morning, how they wanted to get out quickly and do very well. And yeah, it's important. They've beaten Detroit a couple of times. They're tied with the Columbus Blue Jackets for second place. If they should win, they'd be ahead of Columbus in the division, all alone in second place. That's exactly what they're looking at right now.
We have a lot of things to cover in the next half hour before we drop the puck tonight for tonight's game between the Blackhawks and the Red Wings. We'll have the latest on the Blackhawks as they get set to take on the Wings. Kerry Sayers will have a live report. Josh Mora is going to sit down with W. Rockwell Wirtz, the chairman of the Chicago Blackhawks, and will go into the locker room to get a behind-the-scenes look as the United Center and the Blackhawks prepare for tonight's game. Now, the Blackhawks have played the Red Wings twice so far this year. They have won both games. One of those games was in overtime, so the Red Wings did get a point out of one of the two games against the Blackhawks. But really, Steve, if you go back and pick out a signature game for this club this year, it has to be the October 12th game in Detroit when the Blackhawks rallied from a 2-goal deficit on the road.
Well, that's the thing. You know, think to last year when the Blackhawks got behind in a game, there was no way they were going to come back and win. Here they get down by a couple of goals, but there's no quit in this team. There's a lot of youthful enthusiasm. They came back hard. There you see Patrick Sharp scoring a goal. Brent Seabrook also had a big goal. And of course, Robert Lang, former Detroit Red Wing, scored a huge goal against his former team, that and the game winner.
And that game really, along with the Dallas game and a couple of others, set the tone for the Blackhawks. The fact that this is a team where even if they fall behind, they do have the capability to come back. So if you're watching the game tonight at home and maybe the Blackhawks don't get off to a great start and fall behind, by no means should you turn off the set, because this is a team that's exciting, that plays a full 60, and if they do fall behind, they have shown this year they have the capability of coming back. As for the Detroit Red Wings, they come in on a roll. They have a franchise record-tying 9-game winning streak. They have only given up 5 points so far this year. They're a team that's playing very, very well, and they come in the United Center red hot. And for more on the Wings, let's go to Kerry Sayers. Kerry?
They are the hottest team in the NHL right now, Jim. But in order for them to post that club record 10th in a row, they're going to have to do it against the team that has given them more trouble than any other this season. That is the Chicago Blackhawks, who have handed the Wings 2 of their 3 losses this season. Both of the Blackhawks wins have been in come-from-behind fashion, and that's huge, considering that Detroit had won 15 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams. But don't go thinking the Blackhawks are getting too caught up in their success over Detroit this year. They know they have to play a near-perfect game every time they face them.
Detroit is a king in their division. We know that we're going to have to be at our best to get the result we want. And You know, we're going to continue to emphasize the things we have in the last little while here, and you know, the outcome's going to take care of itself.
I know if we do the things that Coach Savard talks about, you know, obviously with us, it's on the board today, is playing hard and competing. You know, they're a skilled team. They want to skate. They want to do fancy things with the pucks. And if we finish our hits and play hard on them, it makes it difficult for them. The 2 games we've won, those are the things that we did. We finished our hits on their D-men.
We just got to approach it just like any other game. And, you know, they've been on a good roll right now. And, you know, we want to try to put a little damper on that. And, you know, hopefully we can come out with a win tonight.
Well, the Blackhawks have managed to pull back to 500 here at home thanks to wins over Columbus and St. Louis this past week. And a major reason for their success has been their ability to get off to some better starts. They've come charging out of the gates, recording 15 shots in each of their last 2 first periods. And you know, that aggressiveness and intensity has paid huge dividends.
The start is a key. Some nights lately we haven't had good starts, and you know, we get ourselves in a little bit of a hole. In this league, it's pretty tough to come back from, you know, being a goal or 2 goals down. So we've tried to address that, you know, every time. And lately, last couple games, we've gotten better, and we definitely need a big start.
We talked about how to handle it, you know, how to, you know, take the approach, what approach we need to take to get better starts, and that's being, you know, winning your shifts. Simple as that. And you know, once you win the 1 shift, prepare for the 2nd shift. There's no secret to it, you know, and that's what we've been doing. It's been paying off.
What a huge win it would be if the Blackhawks could pull off the victory at home tonight and end that Wings winning streak. However, Detroit has not allowed any opponent more than 2 goals a game during that streak and has outscored opponents 33-14 along the way. So the Hawks are going to have to play strong on both ends of the ice tonight. Guys?
All right, Carrie, thank you very much. And we know we have a lot of fans who might be tuning in the Blackhawks for the first time this year. So for the experienced fans, pardon us for a second while we do a little bit of backtracking. If you've been following sports at all in Chicago, you may have heard about Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, but you may be seeing them for the first time. And Steve, for those who haven't had the chance to watch these 2 young play, and even for the people who have, you never get tired of watching the highlights of these guys.
You don't. And first and foremost, they're fun to watch. Secondly, fantastic skill. That was a shootout goal by Patrick Kane against Dominik Hasek. And more importantly, these guys are for real. They've been doing it against the best teams in the NHL, against the other team's best lines. They're shut down D, and they continue to score. Patrick Kane can really work well in tight quarters. He's not afraid when he has the puck. He'll go to high traffic areas. He'll dare you to check him. And the other guy, Jonathan Toews, well, he's a classic centerman. He's a power forward. He's got good size. Keep in mind, he's still a youngster, but he's got a wicked shot. Certainly the wrister there over Tim Thomas's shoulder. Excellent release. Not bad in the faceoff circle either. He wins about 47% of his draws. When these guys are on the ice, something good happens each and every time.
We have much more to come on Chevy Blackhawks pregame live. When we come back, Josh Mora is going to sit down and talk with Blackhawks chairman Rocky Wirtz. And we'll also get a behind-the-scenes look into the Blackhawks locker room as they prepare for the Red Wings on game day. You're watching Blackhawk hockey on Comcast Sportsnet.
Today.
Ken Schrader? Is that you?
Maybe.
But who's driving the car?
Oh my goodness, the little Debbie car is heading the wrong way.
Every week, tune into Bears Blitz on Comcast Sportsnet. Get all the latest news surrounding your NFC champs. Wednesdays, it's all about the new look offense as Lovie Smith and Ron Turner address the media. Thursdays, the defense has the mic as Lovie Smith, Bob Babbage, and Brian Urlacher talk X's and O's. Plus, Dan Jiggets tells you this week's keys to the game. And William Jackson sits down with the team's top stars. Bears Blitz, every Wednesday and Thursday at 4:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
K&G wants you to look your best this holiday season. So right now, you'll find select men's suits, 2 for just $150, and select designer label suits, 2 for just $300. Celebrate in style with K&G. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less. K&G wants you to look your best this holiday season. So right now, you'll find select lady suits, 2 for just $90, and select designer label suits, 2 for just $180. Celebrate in style with K&G. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less.
I am so busted. They're asleep. Cut the lights.
Who's counting on your brakes today? Your brakes are too important to trust to just anyone. That's why more people get theirs done at Midas. Almost 2 million last year alone. Be safe.
Trust the Midas touch.
A reminder, as soon as the final horn sounds, stick around for Crown Royal Blackhawks postgame live. We'll bring you Dennis Savard's postgame press conference. We'll also hear from some of the players, go through the highlights. That's all tonight when the Blackhawks and Red Wings are finished up right here on Comcast Sportsnet. There's certainly been a lot of changes, Steve, in the last 3 or 4 months for the Blackhawks. The biggest changes that are visible on the ice were made by Dennis Savard, especially because he's able to put Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews in the lineup every night. But off the ice, some of the biggest changes have come since Rocky Wirtz became chairman of the Chicago Blackhawks. Things have changed. They have changed quickly. One of those changes you are watching right now as the Blackhawks play at home on Comcast Sportsnet here in Chicago. Recently, Josh Mora had a chance to sit down with the Blackhawks chairman.
The Blackhawk in the place in the building, the old Chicago Stadium and now the United Center, was really our home. We'd spend more waking hours in there than you did at your own home.
Rocky Wirtz simply loves his Blackhawks, and why not? They are all but literally in his blood. He was exposed to the team and the game as a little boy because the Blackhawks were part of an empire that Rocky's grandfather, Arthur, started in 1954.
When I was in 6th grade, it was talked about a succession agreement. So I had an uncle, Michael, and Michael was younger than my father. And so when I graduated school in 1975, I realized that if I was going to come in the family business, that I'd be working for Michael eventually, and after my father's passing. But unfortunately, Michael passed away first, and so I worked for my father for 35 years, and my grandfather is 8 of that 35.
Did that plan influence the choices you made as a young man, or did you know you would always be a part of the businesses in some way?
Well, I knew as a part, I enjoyed the wholesale liquor end of the business and beer business, and that's where I spent most of my time. And so in the Blackhawks side, I'd show up for the team picture every year, but it was usually behind the scenes. And on a board level, I'd be involved, but nothing on a day-to-day basis.
And now Rocky holds the reins to the entire Blackhawks organization. He does not hide the fact that his team has performed poorly for the better part of a decade. But Rocky's other businesses are successful, and he is confident he can restore the Blackhawks' success as well.
This is a journey, and how we get there is just different ways. And our journey's end is the Stanley Cup. We talked about the Stanley Cup, as far as the players and the management and Dale Talon and his staff, they have signed on to that. We as ownership have signed on to it, and our senior management within the Blackhawks. So it's been disappointing recently, but as I said also, that sports teams are in cycles, and we believe that the Blackhawks are on an upward cycle.
The changes you have made since you came into this position as chairman of the Blackhawks have been swift. Did you encounter any resistance to those changes?
Well, no, not really. People were looking for change, and I thought that if might as well do it now, why wait and do it next year? If it made sense this year, then we should move ahead and see what we could do as far as growing this franchise, growing our fan base, and being good to our sponsors too.
But even though those changes represent major philosophical differences from the way Rocky's father and grandfather ran the team, Rocky is confident that they would support his decisions and believe in his mission. As Rocky watches his franchise, he plans for a regeneration, and he thinks of his dad and his grandpa.
The way to honor my grandfather and uncle and dad would be to win the Stanley Cup, and that was something that is our goal to do, and we're going to do it.
With the Blackhawks, Josh Mora, Comcast Sportsnet.
Now, we talked a little bit, Steve, about how there's been two big places where things have changed. On the ice, thanks to Dennis Savard. Off the ice, behind the scenes, thanks to Rocky Wirtz. But another component that has really changed things is the attitude of the fans. It's plainly evident when you come to the United Center this year that the fans are excited about what they're seeing, and they're also excited about being able to see home games on TV.
Well, that's the thing about a Chicago Blackhawk fan, very knowledgeable, and they realize that Rocky Wirtz, this is something that the family had not done in a long, long time. They're very appreciative of it. The other thing that happened in that press conference, very happy to hear Rocky Wirtz basically saying, I'm not going to micromanage, I'm going to give these guys the resources they need, and then I'm going to back off. And so far, it's been real, real good.
Much more to come on Chevy Blackhawks pregame live. When we come back, as we roll toward face-off tonight between the Blackhawks and the Red Wings, we'll give you a behind-the-scenes look inside the Hawks locker room as they get set for tonight's game. Plus, a preview of tonight's goaltending matchup as Nikolai Habibulin is back between the pipes tonight for Dennis Savard. You're watching Chevy Blackhawks pregame live on Comcast Sportsnet.
You can't ignore it forever. It's your future. It's real life. Whatever your goals may be, it's important to get real answers from people you know and trust. At Country Insurance and Financial Services, we'll help you feel secure for everything life has coming your way. Country, real answers for real financial security. Because this is real life.
This is our country.
Ever since there were cars, Americans have had a love affair with the open road. And with quality gasoline and pay-at-the-pump convenience coast to coast, Valero is your perfect travel companion. Valero, the all-American gasoline for the all-American love affair.
Buy all your Christmas gifts and they will all ship for only $2.95. That's $2.95 flat rate shipping for everything. Log on, save, and live better with Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
Where's a fan's best friend online? ComcastSportsNet.com. It's the place to read analysis from Comcast Sportsnet experts that you can't find anywhere else. Get up to the second news headlines, see the day's programming lineup, check out talent bios, and watch video clips featuring the latest info on your teams. Plus, sign up for Sports Extra and Sports Blast email alerts that make you the first to know about breaking news. Log on right now to ComcastSportsNet.com. Fans' best friend online.
Last season, the Baby Bulls grew up, sweeping the defending champion Miami Heat and testing the Pistons in the conference semifinals. This season, the Bulls continued their quest for dominance as a united core welcomes new additions in a pursuit for NBA supremacy. Bulls basketball all season long on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. McDonald's Sports Rise every morning only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Our goaltending matchup tonight for the Blackhawks in net will be Nikolai Habibulin. Steve, he hasn't played the last couple of games, but he's been very, very good against the Red Wings so far this year. 2
wins against the Detroit Red Wings. He's chomping at the bit. He's had 5 starts at home, 3 of them been losses. He wants to get back on track. His last game, 3 goals on 6 shots before he was pulled. They weren't really his fault, but you know he wants to bounce back. He's a proud athlete. Look for a strong performance from him.
Conversely, Dominik Hasek was in net for both of the previous games between the Hawks and the Wings. Chris Osgood goes tonight for the Wings.
And Chris Osgood has been labeled their backup goaltender. He's 8-0 as a backup. Of course, Dominik Hasek was out for about 3 weeks with a hip injury. He's been very, very good. One thing about Osgood, though, he's not a big goalie. Like to see the Blackhawks get some traffic in front of him.
Now, the Blackhawks will take the ice here in a few moments for tonight's game against the Detroit Red Wings, but as you can probably imagine, there's a lot of preparation that has to go on in all facets of bringing a game from the United Center to you, especially for the guys who have to get the locker room ready and the equipment ready for the players to go onto the ice.
Here come the Hawks, the mighty Blackhawks. Take the attack, yeah, and you back, you Blackhawks. You're flying high now.
We go through our routine. You know, hockey players, we like routines, and you know, like you know, we'll go over Detroit a little bit, but we played them twice already. Guys are aware of what they're doing. We focus more on what we want to do.
You come to the rink and get yourself up in the morning and you know, get loose out there. And you want to skate. You want to get a good skate. You want to get a good sweat. It's better than sitting in bed all day. And the games we don't have a pregame skate, you're kind of sluggish because you lay in bed all day. You don't know what to do. And a Sunday, you're going to watch football all day. And but again, it's just about coming to the rink, getting prepared. We watch some video in the mornings always on the team we're going to play, see what their tendencies are, and then we go out there and skate. And you want to feel good. You shoot some pucks, and every guy's got their own little thing they do.
In the morning, we're just around in case players need something, because we do most of our prep the night before or day before, just to have everything ready to go in case something happens. We do some skates up, sharpen them up, a few of them before, and then we do some the night before. And then once the guys are gone, we just clean up, set out the game jerseys. You know, if guys need certain things repaired or anything, you know, we do that in the afternoon.
Marty, for instance, he uses a lot of the tape because he likes his ankle really tight. So he takes all the tape off after every period, retapes it. And with the Blackhawks, we use white tape over all our plastic because it's sort of a tradition that, you know, when the team started, we only had white tape, you know, so we never let the plastic tape be seen. We have it all ready for him when he gets here, have his sweat towel ready for him and his trash can because he fills it all up with that tape every period. Marty, he's the boss.
There's a lot of things that are, you know, behind the scenes that they do and don't get a whole lot of credit for, but you know, us as players, we really appreciate the things that they do for us.
Most guys are here 2.5 to 2 hours before the game, and it's, you know, it's not like a tense. It's not a real serious time. But the guys are getting focused. They've got video playing of the other team. Some guys sit and watch, and some guys sit here listening to music and sing along.
And we need to point out the gentleman who sits by the locker room is John Robertson, who has been with the Blackhawks for years and years and years. He's a beloved member of the Chicago Blackhawks family. When we come back, we will have our keys to the game as we get ready for face-off tonight here from the United Center. It's the Blackhawks against the Red Wings coming up on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hi, is there anything
what's
I can
that
help
mean?
you?
Our goal is the best network here.
Oh, well, the best network means uninterrupted service.
It's quite a goal, right?
Yes, well, for uninterrupted service, our cell tower engineers...
They sound important.
Yes, well, they really know their areas. Many of...
You're the engineers.
Yes, they live in the
They
area.
live in the area, so that's smart. Smart, so smart.
Give you uninterrupted service.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah.
I like that.
U.S. Cellular is wireless where you matter most.
The 21 Little Debbie car all over the track today.
Ken Schrader? Is that you?
Maybe.
But who's driving the car?
Oh my goodness, the Little Debbie car is heading the wrong way.
Fans getting ready for tonight's game here in the United Center, the Blackhawks against the Red Wings. And one of the things these fans have been seeing in recent games, Steve, is all the scoring early in the year was pretty much coming from the top line. But now all of a sudden, the last handful of games, the defensemen are really jumping up and contributing to the cause, and it's made the Hawks a much more balanced team.
Look at those numbers. They only had 21 all of last year. We're not even 20% into the season, and the Blackhawk defensemen have 11 goals already. They have been given the green light by Mark Hardy, and one of the assistant coaches who works with the defensemen, that, hey, listen, if you guys want to join the rush, if you want to jump in from the point, go right ahead. Just make sure you can get on your horse and get back. And so far, it's been working. James Wisniewski, we should point out, 4 goals already. He's on pace for a 20-plus goal season.
And played a lot of forward in junior, and actually when he first came to the Blackhawks, played a little forward as well. Time now for the keys of the game, Steve, what's the key for the Blackhawks beat the Red Wings tonight?
Well, for a Motor City theme, we're going to go with Gentlemen, Start Your Engines. We're talking about the Blackhawks. They've had very good starts the last 2 games here at the United Center, against Columbus, against St. Louis. In fact, they had 10 shots in the first 10 minutes of both of those games. They want to get off to a quick start here. Also, get on the body. That always helps. And secondly, keep the special teams special. They had 2 power play goals against St. Louis. St. Louis is the second best penalty killing unit in the entire NHL. They want to keep that going, and their shorthanded situations. They've scored some shorthanded goals here of late. Nice to be able to get one against Detroit.
One of the things Dennis Savard talked about this morning is the fact that the Red Wings have changed a few things since the Blackhawks saw them last. Specifically, he said they have gotten more aggressive with their forwards on the penalty kill. And obviously with skilled forwards, that becomes very, very dangerous. So specifically, what has Detroit done differently with those forwards, meaning we know they're more aggressive, but how are they more aggressive?
Well, they're blocking shots, and that's one thing that the defensemen for the Blackhawks really have to make sure on the power play is to get your shots through. They get blocked, everyone's thinking offense, and you might get an odd man rush going in the other direction, even though you have the man advantage. So just make sure there's no odd man rushes, no outman situations in the middle of the ice, and you should be okay as long as you've got the man advantage.
Now, I know all Blackhawk fans treat a Detroit game a little bit differently than all the others, but I really believe that the key is treating every game as being important. That's something that Dennis Savard has talked about all season long, is making sure everybody understands how important 2 points are every night. So it's not saying that they're not more up for this game than the others, but what you want as a coach is you want an equal level of preparation for all games, correct?
Absolutely. In the back of your mind, though, you realize it's the Detroit Red Wings, one of the best teams in the NHL. This is a great benchmark. Yes, they've beat them a couple of times already, but to be able to beat them a 3rd time and then move up yourself in that Western, in the Central Division, that's just huge. And it's another step for their confidence, and they've had a lot of little steps of late. They'd like to take another step tonight and just feel good about themselves beating one of the best.
And a lot of things on the line for the Blackhawks. This is the last home game before the circus comes to town. So up next for the Blackhawks are 6 straight road games broken up into 2 mini 3-game road trips. They're also in the midst of this stretch where they're playing all games, 8 games as a matter of fact, against Central Division opponents. So the points are key here because you're playing the teams that are right around you in the standings.
You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again, make hay while the sun shines. You're playing well at home the last couple of games, keep that rolling, and they've been playing extremely well on the road, so they want to keep that going once they get away from the United Center.
All right, it's the Blackhawks against the Red Wings coming up tonight from the United Center. Don't forget, Crown Royal Blackhawks post-game live after the game. Steve and I will be back with you during the intermissions. And then, of course, the game is coming up in a little bit. But what you're about to see next is what is referred to here within the United Center as the Hit the Ice video. The Blackhawks are about ready to come out of the room and be introduced to the United Center crowd.